I found a broken build. Everyone was still saying the only old broken build was the one from the previous game, but new Tsukiyomi builds focused on dodging and ninja type stuff was really useful. Considering in SMT games, just like Persona, if something misses, they lose part of their like 2 press turns. Except you can set it up so you're guaranteed to dodge an attack, and then you gain an extra press turn and counter attack for like absurd amounts of damage. So I can just constantly, even the Demi Fiend has trouble hitting me. It's like I am now apparently Fee. Alrighty. Wahoo! Why is my webcam so low? Oh well. Hey, we're back again with Mega Man. This time it's back to co-op since I caught up last night and just went ahead at like 1 level and beat the boss, which is you're going to probably get a kick out of it. It kind of dates the game and really shows you like when they started making it, but whatever, it's still kind of funny. Alright, well, let's just get right into it. My back is killing me because of the frickin' launch today, because it was a really heavy rocket, I guess, and the sonic boom happened real close by, like a couple of them. And it felt like somebody punched me in the back twice. Yeah. Sonic boom. And then, yes, then we're going to have Shadow. Wait, I can't hear anything. Let me see. Wait, I can't hear anything. Let's see. Am I like quiet on stream? I can barely hear myself. Am I like quiet on stream? I can barely hear myself. I can hear you. Okay. I can hear you. Okay. Okay, so it's just weird on my end.
I guess.
Did somebody mess up the volume mixer maybe? Streamlabs is fine. System sounds is off. Firefox is... No, I don't know. It's just weird balancing, I guess. Alright, I'm just waiting for Magma to open. Fa-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doop-doop-doop. Game sure takes a while to open. It's got a ton of assets, so I guess I can't... Who are you feeping for? Husky feeps.
Feepage.
Oh.
Jeepers, feepers, Mishka.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Are we gonna work?
Apparently not.
It was looking for Neo, even though I set up a separate window for Neo earlier to record the weird, like...
Okay. There we are!
The weird cat out of nowhere that was like, what?
Alright, trying to connect.
Connection should be set.
We had liftoff. Alright, let's see. Alright, I think this needs adjusting again.
Oh.
There we go, that's better.
Oh.
Here we are, doing a thing.
Oh,
shoot! my controller isn't plugged in. Hang on.
Kinda need that.
Yes. I had my Switch Pro controller plugged into the Switch using a cable that I usually use for my Xbox controller. Because my Pro controller needs a charge so I could play Xenoblade.
Weird name of thing. Wolpertingers. They don't really show up too much. It's weird how many mythical bunnies match the whole antlers and fangs things.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's see if this actually works. Yes. I mean, the German language just has ridiculous looking compound nouns anyway.
There's a bunch of like Wolpentinger style bunnies out there too. It's just they all over Europe. Just weirdness.
Alright, number 106.
I can't tell who's frozen in there.
YMCA. Let's see. Good question.
I mean, isn't that
the Skooks reference?
The Scooby-Doo thing?
Yeah. Boy, I'm sure glad that we're out there and he's in there and we're in there and he's the sheriff and he's out here and all I want to know is where's the caveman?
This level is weird.
Yes, I can tell by the... Oh yeah, the Flea Man guys. Where's your burger? Yeah.
This thing it does not track very well, apparently.
Oh right, I need to pause your stream to save bandwidth. It's probably part of it. Falling down here is not advised.
I would have figured you would have.
It's an everything level. Yay!
I would have figured you would have had like better internet up there than we have down here.
We don't pay for amazing internet, so we don't get it. Like, I'm pretty sure we only have like 100 megabit plan or something. Maybe 300.
That's more than what I have right now, so that's kind of like bad upload or something.
But when you consider that you live alone and I do not, yeah.
It was still fine when like I had like 3-4 people here. Maybe it's just because you're closer to like
watching HD streams at the same time.
Yeah, well, yeah, because everyone was using the internet.
Yeah. Okay then.
Could also be because you're by like a more loaded hub or something.
So what the heck does YMCA stand for in this case?
I don't know.
Yobot Master Collaboration Activity? I don't know. Wait, we heard the compass?
Yes, that's where it was.
Oh, okay.
Bye! Bye! Apparently we both need to jump in on those at the same time or else it glitches. Well,
okay.
That sure is a weird thing. It should give us enough time. There. Or not.
Oops.
Okay, this is going to be awkward. Of course.
You're sure this is the token path?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What?
What?
Is this just not working in co-op, or what's going on? I guess it doesn't work in co-op.
I can see the platform. You don't need to go... Whoa. Oh, jeez.
This just doesn't work co-op wise, I
I
guess.
spawned in like a second after you did.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Go, go, go!
It's like I can't tell if it's like a joke, why it's just needlessly telling you to do stuff that's quite obvious. I'm going to guess it's supposed to be like a bit of a joke. Fish.
Probably. That was a third token, really?
Yeah, it starts with the third token. It's weird.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah.
Huh? Alas, no health.
You can just fall through this? Really?
Yashichi.
Go! That's silly.
It sure is.
But wait, that was a... No, okay. Right, the compass can point out other things.
Ow! 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 Ow. Awkward enemy placement.
Oh boy, Sheep Man.
Ow! Jeez, it's hard to avoid damage sometimes. A little help, please?
No!
What? That was weird.
Eh?
Ah, sweetie, please. Stop kicking my hand. I need to use my hand. I don't know what this music is from, but...
Neither do I. It's cool.
Stop
And he
kicking my
died.
hand! I can't use the controller. Sweetie, please.
Time to kill my frame rate. Ah!
Ow, sweetie, please. I can't do anything with you continuously kicking my hand. Ah, yaga! Oh no!
Squish.
I can't do anything because Sweetie will not let go of my arm. Stop. She keeps reaching up to grab my arm. Sweetie, you were sitting here all day long. You do not need to start, like, getting mad because I'm streaming. Or whatever you're doing. It almost sounds like Deltarune music a little bit. Ow. Ow. Well,
Oh, the balloons hurt.
yes.
Okay. I did not know that.
No! What? I don't know if they drop anything. Oh, watch out, those fans blow you up apparently. Bit rate killer level.
Yeah.
Ow, 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 ow,
Ugh.
ow. Well, there's the token. Just
Yeah.
don't go through that door when we get there. Or we have to restart the whole level, probably. That is some tight jumping there. This level is weird. It's not bad, it's weird.
Mm-hmm. It would help if I was not playing over Parsec.
Ah, that is a terrible place for that enemy.
If I was alive, I could have shot it down for you. Oh
Ah, that is just a bad spot for that enemy to try to get up there.
well. Whoops.
Killer of bit rates. Killer of co-op partners. Got it.
Yay.
Oh, there's no checkpoint.
No checkpoint? Oh no, it's an auto-scroller! Go, 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 go!
I can't! It didn't blow me up there high enough. I guess I need to jump. Oh. I can't see! Sweetie, please! Jeez, how far behind is the stream am I in there? Jeez. Why is there such a long delay on my stream? Like, I'm seeing it in the...
Because the level is murdering the bitrate?
Maybe, yeah. It's like 2 minutes behind.
Good thing Parsec isn't 2 minutes behind.
Like, it's still on the... we still haven't died for the previous time. There it goes. Jeez. I have it set for low latency, so I don't know what the heck it's doing. What?
Twitch doesn't care if its latency is low or not.
Ow, that's a lot of damage. I can't see. I can't see at all!
Now.
Please!
Oh no!
Well, the wind didn't work correctly there.
Get out from under me, please.
Yay for help. I guess we need to use this?
Wait a second. No, okay. Go! Oh, the boss door won't open until it's dead, huh? There's a checkpoint.
There's the last, thing. It's like a maze! Ow, 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 Oh, this is gonna be annoying to co-op. Oh no! Oh, great! That was awful. Couldn't see the attack at all.
I think that is in fact the idea.
Oh no! Don't go backwards! Oh, that is awful! Stop that, go away. Sweetie, stop! That hurts! I mean... Get out of here.
There we go.
And I kind of like the way the maze is definitely an interesting sort of thing. But,
yeah. Warning, Ultras may cause undesired death. Proceed with caution.
Well, you cut me off from sliding, but it still didn't kill me at least, so... Nope. Doop, doop. I still wonder where this music is from.
Okay, they...
Yeah, they retract all the way and push you off, yeah.
It's been a while since I played Mega Man 9.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
It's the infinite lightsaber!
Whoa! Ow. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Yeah, that's gonna suck. There's no way to avoid damage. What? You're spawning in, the lag killed me. Oh no. Ow. It's gonna hurt. Ow. I am not gonna survive the next screen. A little help would be nice. Oh.
Spooky.
Suddenly, it ends.
What is that thing? Master Hand?
Yeah.
Oops.
This will probably be easier to fight with two of us because this thing is kind of can be chaotic and hard to hit. See, because it like hangs on top of you, it is hard to hit. Whoa! Ow, I'm dead. Yeah, that.
Oh, I thought.
Bye. I guess it just. Yeah, that part of the fight I think needs a little needs fixing because that third shooting it just hangs on top of you. When I did it, there was no way to get him off the top of you at that part of the fight. It was like really dumb. The rest of it's fine. It's just that one phase is just has that one issue. Ow. Ow. Yeah, that's just the one single part of the fight that doesn't work well.
Woo! 20 minutes for one stage. Alright, biology, and then I will read the reviews.
And I will pet the cat so she stops bugging the crap out of me. Even though she's been getting pets all day long. All day long. She just has to be a pest, that's all. She is like, no, I must be a pest. What's the matter, Luna? Do you need out or something? You were just out, though, so you shouldn't. Ow, 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 ow. I bet I could figure out what that music is from. She is still being a pest.
Alright, let's see here.
You got some itchy butt with your itchy butt right here. Itchy butt. Itchy butt.
Shoot, my keyboard isn't working.
Try it now.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay.
It got bonked by Sweetie the mouse, so...
I was expecting this to be some kind of fitness center, since that would have been genuinely novel. I was disappointed by what I got instead, especially since this is a rather disjointed mess. I forgot to get a bowl for myself.
Oh no. Speaking of, I didn't take my medicine. That'll probably help this week. You know, it's not. Especially before I enter into next week, so.
It's so cold in this room. Does not need to be, but it is.
I guess I don't need these specialized. Well,
the core issue of this level is its apparent inability to hold on to one idea. One moment it's Jewel Man with Pookers, another moment it's a Gray Centaur Man with Pelicans, or it's Hornet Man with Balloons, or it's Solar Man with Lasers, and so on and so forth until the level abruptly ends. constant changing makes it difficult to pin down, and it's hard to tell how far along you actually are. As a result, it borders on incomprehensible. Now, of course, the key word here is apparent. If you strip away the visual weirdness, you may find the level comes back to its earlier assets quite often. This means the difficulty curve is present, which makes the level easier to master with practice. A specific example would be the lasers, which go from covering small areas to sweeping the entire room. And balloons which go from stationary non-issues to a mobile menace. There's still a few sections that get irritating, namely Pooker sniping or aggravating final balloon room, but for the most part the design pieces work. Unfortunately, this is still doing way too much at once. I count over 10 different enemy types, not including the different balloons, and the gimmicks are a similar number. That's a lot more than necessary, and it causes the level to take on almost 10 minutes on a good run. Most Mega Man levels only take 2 or 3 minutes a pop, so this is both too long and too popular. That's not to say it uses the assets poorly, but it uses far too much for its own good, creating incoherent mess where there really isn't one. Well, that was strange, to put it mildly. I guess we should focus on the positives first. I think the concept is decent, what with hopping back and forth between different level themes. It could have been executed in a less confusing manner, but even so, there's still some decently well-designed segments here and there. I actually kind of enjoyed the process of figuring out how to get the third token, especially when compared to the other two. Speaking of which, for the green one, I have to say, most of those jump and slide pods in the snowboard section leading up to it were really unnecessary, especially once it starts going down. That aside, I'm honestly not sure what to make of the rest of this level.
I mean, I think that's just the joke.
Besides the segments listed above, yeah, but Shinryu has no sense of humor.
I forgot to post the links.
Besides the segments listed above, this ended up being one of the most confusing stages in the whole contest for me.
How can I? No, hey. Cat-like typing. I should make a bot that just automatically stream alerts. They do exist.
That aside, even after going through it multiple times and having gotten all the tokens, I still feel like I missed out on seeing a bunch of stuff in there. The progression is weird and the platforming challenges keep bouncing from non-threatening to actually engaging. It's all really bizarre, to the point where I honestly got tired of it after a while. This was especially the case during some of the ending segments where not only did the music not come back after dying, but it also featured a relatively annoying fan segment where I died by clipping into the wall since the fan at the top of the screen continually pushed me off the ladders during one of the screen transition. I guess the only remaining positive to this would be the end boss. Master Hand ended up being a pretty enjoyable fight for me, if it's just a tad jittery with his movements. That said, he doesn't really salvage the rest of the stage. While I like the general concept, the end result is done in such a confusing manner that I couldn't really enjoy it. Yearly Mega Man Contest Acquiescence. It is a complicated stage with a somewhat elaborate path of progression. It's not bad though, since it generally does a good job of guiding the player on the right track. As the player goes through various segments of vastly different themed stages. As a result, there are many different gimmicks along the way, which can be a bit overwhelming with all the scene transitions, to learn about the newly introduced gimmicks at each turn. Another side effect with this theming approach is that some of the gimmicks wind up being underutilized, making the stage feel a tad unfocused as a result. One pretty glaring bug I noticed is that the fan can sometimes knock the player off center while climbing up a ladder, causing them to clip into a solid on the next screen. I'm not sure what's the deal with this stickly boss guy before Master Hand. Scrap boss of sorts, or a reference I don't get? Master Hand is a decent boss overall, and it seems to be predictable as it cycles through the same assortment of attacks each time, unlike its original counterpart in the Smash Bros. Games. The grabbing attack is still insanely fast and hard to dodge properly despite that. My god, Kamishino Inari, it's full of stars! stars obscuring the endless parade of new hazards being thrown at you. Stars distracting you from sorting out the confusingly disjointed level layout. Stars on the menu screen where you pause. Stars, stars, stars! These omnipresent stars cost this level about 15 points. Jeez, Flash man.
He was playing through Parsec too.
No, I guess. When used strategically, animated effects can make a level pop. When used broadly and continuously for nearly 20 minutes, your level completion time may vary. They become a motion sickness hazard to everyone. Just writing this, I can still see after images of scrolling stars and it's giving me a small headache. Underneath all the stars is an ambitious level that never quite works. Jumping around between areas with unique aesthetics and challenges is interesting, but not terribly meaningful without a narrative or gameplay thread tying them together. How many times will Mega Man need to fight a boss that apparently has nothing to do with the level? Maybe only the C memes on his hand knows for sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. In the menu, it renamed the Mega Buster to C memes for some reason.
Rampant flaws degrade the experience further. I died twice to cheat pits. Once due to an absent section object, and once due to a pit trap looking identical to the screen exit I had just used. The difficulty ranges from underwhelming, for example, balloons keeping platforms anchored in place, to overwhelming, e.g. balloons plus fans plus fire. Switch puzzles are clumsy, though I appreciate the idea of trading visibility for solid platforms. I do appreciate the rotating lasers, slow sled, big blue squid, and funky helicopter enemies, especially the large one. The Solar and Centaur areas are highlights, as is the music selection. Maybe the feedback is disappointing, but there's no need to feel down. Pick yourself off the ground and channel that disappointment into a resolve to deliver a tighter, simpler experience next time that isn't cluttered by stars. I would like quote the song, but none of the lyrics really apply to this stage. No, not the Mega Man 5 kind. Oh, never mind. The very start of the stage shows a very well thought out, deliberate level structure. And as soon as you hit the Hornet Man section, the quality fluctuates wildly, which continues all the way through the rest of the stage. With such short segments, all involving different gimmicks and themes, there's no time to build upon and explore the ideas that the stage has. The entire stage is a mishmash of undercooked events, or elements. There are a few that had promise, such as the Frostman sled area, light switch and toggle block combination, and shallow water rooms. These were not even remotely explored, and due to the number of gimmicks elsewhere in the level, they were quickly crowded out. I actually forgot the Frostman sled section even existed by the end of the stage, which shows how convoluted the rest of it was. The constant switch between tilesets and music really killed any possible atmosphere in the level. I acknowledge that Identity Crisis did this, but actually gave time for each segment. The level was not tiled very well and was sometimes quite confusing. This is especially apparent in the fire segment, where you use a graphic meant for detailing to show the ability to jump through a platform. This needed to be a different graphic, such as removing the lower half of the block. It was too small a change for something the player needs to know about to be able to make progress in the level. The first helicopter mini-boss plus Master Hand were both fairly fun fights. The helicopter felt like a Mega Man mini-boss, where it did not overstay its welcome. Master Hand had an interesting variety of well-thought-out attacks, although there was a bit of wonkiness with its hitbox on a couple of occasions. The boss had a logical second phase of the fight, but also did not overstay its welcome for being a 2-health bar boss. There were a couple of places where checkpoints were placed awkwardly, such as not after one of the mini-bosses, and a couple of overly long instant death segments, especially the second visit to Hornet Man. The all-scrolling room at the end of this area felt entirely out of place and was quite buggy, as various objects spawned or despawned too early. The heart token was good, but the other two were obnoxious and finicky weapon challenges. Realistically, if half the gimmicks, themes, and mini-bosses had not been included, we could have had a solid level. This is messy and cluttered. It's not all that fun to stay at the YMCA. Hey, I kind of worked in the lyrics after all, sorta, maybe. Why do we hear a propeller noise? It's like copyright ninjas.
Wahoo!
What a joke. I thought if Onyx Mad Light brings, because they said entertainment. I totally forgot my treads are built to the all-terrain, so I can't even slip on the ice! Are you kidding me? Man, if only I was built worse. I heard there's 2 famous TV celebrity scientists at the lab today, but we can't find them anywhere. Gotta be around here somewhere. I need to assign my ball!
Orps.
The sign's gone too far. I'm taking a poll. Yeah, this is not a very good poll. What do you know that I don't, lad? You say it with the confidence of someone who hasn't been inside this teleporter. Ooh, and that's what my guy over there said too. He's so cool.
Time for the boss.
Woo!
This is... You might get a kick out of this, we'll see.
Kill 6 balls by a spark, oh boy.
Oh, looks like this tier boss bro is waiting for me. Hopefully there's some help around here. Don't go down there yet, let's talk.
Hello, welcome my friend to the Caverns of Forever, offering never-ending fun since 2000X. What's that? You can't get the rank? Something happened to the tier boss?
It's another Mr. Bowen's Wild Ride reference, jeez.
Oh, alright. You may need to talk to the film crew down there about that. Don't worry about the tier boss, I'll get them somewhere they can fall pronto. Yeah.
Boss time.
Today, folks, we're testing a very special fable. One the viewers have been requesting for years. Can ice be melted by the power of the sun?
How is that a fable? Never mind that, I'm here for the tier rank. I think the tier boss is a little stiff right now. You know what I should do?
Tier boss? Oh, that guy! He helped us to test our invention for a previous experiment. Can a tier rank boost the freeze ray's power? Turns out that fable is confirmed!
You mean you have the rank now?
Well, not me. Co-host Dr. Hyena Man has it, or rather the mecha he's piloting does. Our crack team built it off some black market blueprints. Are those cosmetic modifications of yours necessary, Vicious?
Do you know who these are now?
Yeah, they're the Mythbusters.
Just wait till you see the boss.
Hey now, we need someone to smile for the camera. Now, let's turn the lights on our masterpiece! Walrus! As you see here, we have the Ice Buster in its natural habitat, or perhaps a rare breed of Ice Buster. Wonder you cross a robot walrus with a hyena man. Very funny. Yeah, the print that ice resists the sun and can, in fact, conquer it. Dr. Hyena Man and the Ice Buster will be fighting that solar-powered animal over there.
I mean, Bastion, well, is he solar-powered, kind of? I guess.
I guess.
Wait, what? I'm here to compete in the tournament, not to bust some kind of fable.
I'll be recording the results over here. Say hi to the audience, Bastion.
Guess I have no choice. Now, fine, let's go.
He's a cat. Of course he's solar-powered.
I mean, he got buffs in the sun, so...
Ow. Yeah, too much scolding. This is unplayable.
Why?
Because my frame rate, I keep getting lag spikes.
Oh
The
no!
frame rate is pretty bad too.
Parsec is being Parsec, huh?
Seems that way.
Well, he's not throwing buckets at us, at least. And it's the Family Guy death pose.
Alas, today in more the magnificent passing of the magnificent Ice Buster and of his esteemed master, Dr. Hyena Man. He was a man of few words, but I know if he were ever to leave us, this is how he would have wanted it. Are you telling the audience I'm dead again, Vicious? No. Yeah.
Legally distinct defeat, yes. That sure was a pretty silly fight.
Yeah.
Of course, they had
Sure,
to
it may
make the
seem
walls.
wildly unsafe, but don't worry. I patrol this area to make sure nobody gets hurt after jumping off. Unfortunately, I think everyone who jumps off is already hurt by the time I check up on them on the brim. Not sure what the solution to this is. Taking suggestions. Wait, what? Oh, right. Alright, there's a guy. Couldn't they have chosen somewhere better for me to defrost? Lol. Here's the pretzel I dropped.
Nobody knew.
Happy kitty.
Okay. I agree, Dr. Rigo's a little strange, but I'm still worried. Who knows what he might do next? Quit kicking my hand.
You got your own set of wheels, right? Convertible canine or something? Think it'd be my record? 10 seconds starting from the front door to under the bar. What's that look? That's a little hotel lobby. This is a safe place to be driving around.
Who are you?
Yeah, hello there. I'm just enjoying some ice cold drinks here at the bar. Really, I don't know what people are thinking by ordering coffee or other such mystery drinks. The cold is what keeps you up at night. You don't want to miss a second of this tournament.
How are you going faster? What the heck?
Hold diagonally down.
Oh. Well, it doesn't seem like it's going to work in multiplayer anyways, if it was something, because I despawned when you went through off my thing. Oh, this thing again, yes. Apparently I have to buy something else at the casino.
Yeah. The energy balancer.
Ow! Let go. We could get the energy saver, energy converter would probably be nice. But we can only get one of these right now. Reduce cost of special weapons, or do the energy converter seems more useful for me.
Yeah, let's get the energy converter. We can save up 3 tokens and get the saver.
All right. Whoa.
Oop.
Oh, I can do this again.
Okay.
I have to do it on mine, but I already did it on mine, but we'll see if I can do it again. Woohoo. Well, it'd probably be bad for you to try to do it on Parsec anyways.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sweetie. Well, we still got it.
Okay.
Achievement unlock. Anybody new around here?
In today's episode, we're testing if losing a game of chance 100 times in a row means you win big next game. As soon as Dr. Hyena Man stops messing up on the setup anyway. First he won after 31 games and 72, then 45. Come on, 94 losses in a row, just a few more. No, I hit the jackpot! Why does random chance have to be so unpredictable? I love being a roulette wheel. Another stranger, another opportunity to test out my ability. Prepare yourself for my ultimate attack. Blah! You're remembering all the most embarrassing moments from your whole life now! You're thinking about them all, aren't you? They're torturing you, ripping you apart, replaying over and over. Tell me what you did think about them, please, or this whole spiel will be pretty embarrassing.
No.
Just be careful in here. This is only trying to shake the machines in them.
Oh, we already read this with the stat,
Yep.
sweetie.
Susie meets Susie.
The paw. Or not let go of the paw, let go of the controller. You were being a pest.
We already talked to this guy, too.
Yeah, I don't think if anybody. Oh, who are you? Coin woman?
Yes, I work here. Why do you ask? My job is to covertly make money from the patrons and claim them as extra profits. Entirely unrelated request, but could you please turn around? I see a smudge on your back. Oh, right. You talk to them on your solo stream.
Yeah.
Nice shade, man. What?
That's the quest, the quiz dude that we don't have
right.
the answers to yet. Solitaire. Yay.
Solitaire, the kitty cat.
We are going to the Fine
Pine. Oh boy.
I do not know what any of these are going to be. And of course, Woodman
It's
is right here.
Woodman. Well, let me give you a warm welcome to the Pine Forest, but not too warm. Trees are flammable. Please take your time and enjoy the beautiful view of the stars as you tackle the simulations here. Wiley's well-fortified room by Squishy Putty. Oh, really? Oh, really? Absolutely a well-hidden secret. I hope I get at least last.
What are people always doing that?
Bastion, huh? Dr. Wiley, I said go away, Bastion, and I meant it.
What?
Maybe, but that's not important. Just go away already.
What? Oh, well, I guess that means I'm going to have to do this the hard way. What? Nothing.
What was that?
Nothing. What? But that was so hard to read!
That was worse than a couple of Zelda classic dialogues.
I didn't even realize Bastion.
At all.
I didn't even realize Bastion was supposed to be talking at all. Whoa.
Oh, did you fall into my dungeon by mistake? Normally I would even laugh at you, but I'm really not feeling up to it right now.
Okay.
It seems I misplaced the door to that cell.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Did the weapon energy not actually, like, restore us?
the items and equipment. When enemies would drop health while you have full HP, they'll drop ammo instead, and vice versa.
Oh.
When you're full on both, they become bolts.
It sounded like it would...
So yeah, pre-placed items only restore the things they're supposed to restore.
Okay, well it still means more health and stuff.
Yeah.
There's some reason we gotta go, like, annoying with this level here. I mean, I guess.
Oh no, I died. Really?
Why?
What? Ow.
I'm going to guess we need probably all of those, maybe, which would suck, but...
Probably. Well, we just get them bottom, top, middle then.
Yeah, and there's no point in going to the top row because there's nothing there. This is very weird.
Yeah. Phew. Well, I open. Hi. Whoops. Do you want that trickery token in the next room? Yes? Mwahaha! That token is unreachable without magnet beams. You got rid of after our first fight, so too bad. Oh, and another tip. Break dash, tornado hold, and ice wall might be helpful. In some of these rooms, if you still had them. Ha! What?
Why? That's just dumb.
Yeah.
How do we even
Wow.
do that? Does he just... What?
What?
How are you even supposed to get that?
Not like that.
Hold on. Don't...
Oh!
That is an awful, awful, awful sort of challenge.
Lem. Whoops!
Ah! It's way too far up there, yeah. Ah!
Oh no!
Well,
It didn't work!
this is...
I was holding magnet beam as I came in, but it didn't go off.
This is an absolutely terrible frickin' challenge here. Darn it! Why was I falling that time?
Go! Yay!
That is terrible. That is just genuinely awful. Do we actually need all these keys is the question.
I don't know. Maybe. The keys we had... Well, the keys we had disappeared when we died, so probably, yeah. What? Oh, you died from the thing.
Yeah, it's just annoying enemy placement everywhere. You can get that one too, yeah.
Ah, bummer.
This level is not. This level's fun factor is like negative. See my point? Just give in there. Yes, this is not a good fun factor level. I get what you're going for, but uh-oh. Oh, we need to collect all of them to open the door, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Ow. Ow.
Ow. You can't advance because an invincible door is blocking the path out of the dungeon. Too bad, Bastion. Or too bad.
Invincible.
Bastion. Or dot dot dot.
Anyway, do you still leave a key under your welcome mat?
Maybe.
What is this?
Bad writing.
MS Bot Adventures. Submissions.
Wait, what? I went over the reflector blocks.
This is genuinely awful. Go away. Thank you.
Yeah, that works.
I didn't even see them there. Great. Oh, this level is
What do
hurting
you
my
think
head.
killed me?
Why though? Just why? My brain hurted. Oh well.
So what?
We can't open the lock.
Use ice
Oh.
wall.
Oh wait, yeah.
Here, I'll drop one on you. That didn't work. Here, I'll drop one on you. That didn't work. Ah!
I got an idea. Hold on. If I wouldn't get shot anyways. This is awful. This is just genuinely awful.
Oh, and it's not over.
No, and there's no checkpoint either.
Checkpoint, please. Thank you. This thing cannot get worse. First you still exist, and then you came here, and now my security systems are malfunctioning. Tell you what, Bastion. If you can fix either the first or third problems, I'll stop my attacks and agree to come out of the fortress.
Well, this looks like it's going to suck.
Tornado blow.
Or I'll just get hit by something I can't see.
Worked.
Get hit by something I can't see is sure thing there. I mean,
Yay! Hey!
Oh,
That sure was a level.
that was something, I guess. I had a feeling Shinryu was gonna get one of those. Me and him have some similar opinions on things, I guess. Why is there a 65?
Aw, this is a cute premise. Why is all sad so his old mate friend sends Mega Man to cheer him up using excess artillery? I like the idea, poor text formatting aside. And the welcome back guy got a small chuckle. Unfortunately, this doesn't extend to the visuals. One of the level's biggest issues is that it looks downright dull. It could really use some more visual flair. Fortunately, the level itself has some good entertaining puzzles. I enjoy a good puzzle, and having to figure out the correct order to take out the count bombs to get key pieces is a unique concept. Particular props for the ability to reset the room no matter what. Where's my... Here it is. Not only does it make this really hard to get stuck, but you can use partial solutions and room resets to get through here anyway, providing a little more replay value than the average puzzle. For that matter, it's wonderful to see count bombs that step away from the tried and tired timed platforming, and I appreciate the reflect blocks allowing normally effortless enemies to do something. Wrap it up with a decent difficulty curve, and this is off to a solid start. Unfortunately, puzzles do not mix with bullet spam. I'm super thankful for Tornado Blow, because most of the level after the 4 beaks is a bit too complex to be puzzling out solutions while dodging hordes of projectiles. The checkpoint placement is solid, and there's enough pickups strewn about to balance things so I don't need to abuse W tanks, but the place really needs to shoot at us less. Again, I enjoy a good puzzle, but this is still pretty rough around the edges. Considering there are other sections that are just dodging, I think leaving out the extra bullets in the puzzles would have been just fine. Instead of being all bullets all the time, where the heck did my napkin go? Having the contrast between turret fortifications and puzzle fortifications might have made a better level.
Yeah, that was the annoyance there.
I know that one message box was probably meant to be a joke, but I'd be honestly surprised if this level got last place. Granted, it does have its fair share of issues, but it's definitely not the worst of the worst. Throughout this stage, there are 2 major things that stuck out to me: the reflect block puzzles and the token room. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the sections in between, since nearly every other obstacle here involves the same setup: small reflect blocks placed in front of an enemy, or occasionally having to avoid projectiles while waiting for count bombs to detonate. And there's unfortunately not much variety to break these segments up. The only exception to this are the puzzle rooms, which I found to be rather decent. The downside is there's only 3 of them, and they don't exactly make up for the rest of the level. Then there's a token room, which I found to be pretty irritating. I get the general idea behind it, but the problem is that using a magnet beam, or any weapon for that matter, in such a short window while going through a screen transition is very finicky. Fire too soon, your input won't register. Fire too late, and you'll be too high up to land on the beam. The checkpoint being right next to it somewhat mitigates the frustration factor here, and it's certainly easier to get the token by using Rush Bike instead, but I don't think it fully excuses it either. Overall, those puzzle segments had a greater presence and got a bit more refined as the level went on. I can see myself enjoying this one a bit more. Its current state, though, not so much. The text formatting is all over the place. Certainly. A review by Patchy.
She added all the spacing that the text boxes forgot.
The graphics can use a bit of work. A lot of blank space in the background leaves a little overall looking barren. Not usually a fan of text box driven narrative based levels, and this is no exception. Rather be playing games and reading books. Who even reads? Reading is for nerds! A lot of reflect blocks in this stage, perhaps too many. It does make some of the enemies less trivial with the blocks in place, I guess. On the other hand, it's extremely annoying to be constantly pummeled by shots as they try to solve some of the room puzzles. I would have enjoyed the idea of the following block puzzles if it weren't for the enemy problem. The reflect block spam becomes so prominent that it really isn't fun for a buster-only playthrough, as evidenced by the puzzle rooms and the boss. The stage would have probably been better off focusing on expanding the puzzle elements as opposed to a mixture of puzzles and combat. Speaking of the boss, I can kind of see the idea behind it. The beaks on the wall serving as support fires while you try to dodge fast-moving eyeballs. That projectile threat is immediately neutralized with the use of a single tornado blow. Between the fun premise, gimmicks that emphasize the well-fortified theme, and effective minimalistic graphics, I'm especially fond of the background decorations, I think there's a start of a good level here. Many elements could be improved though, and I'd rather focus on them for the sake of your next level and celebrate the mild positives that remain. Sorry. I complain because I care. Projectile spam is a concern. I wish the welcome mat key were actually hidden under something. The boss fight is interesting, but it's a shame we don't get to see Wily afterward. As a courtesy, the spikes should explode along with the boss. In several places, it's possible to screen transition into a wall. Kaboom. I found 3 ways to soft lock the level, 2 involving key doors and 1 involving the energy element. Spelling and text formatting issues make the story hard to follow, and the note about not having certain weapons was genuinely confusing until I realized it was supposed to be a joke. At point-blank range, you can shoot through invincible blocks, which is an inherent trait of that dev kit object, but one that the ubiquitous enemy behind an invincible block challenges never guard against. The puzzle challenges aren't entirely intuitive, and it's never taught that the player can slide across gaps into a shaft. Learning curve in general could be better. I see that the challenges kind of get harder as they go, but that's not the same as training and then testing a player. All the most egregious pitfalls are avoided at least. Length, difficulty, and checkpoint and power frequency are within acceptable parameters. The layout is comfortably linear with well-hidden secrets. The first one made me laugh. The second one is clever, but needs retooling. Puzzle looms can be reset at will. The music fits. The story progresses at a good pace. These positives are key, but there's more to unlock. Puzzle levels have an uphill battle and stage design contest. In this case, the puzzles aren't too bad. They do require knowledge of Mega Man mechanics, namely that gaps in the floor can be slid over. This is fine, but that is basically the only real twist the stage ever pulls. Unfortunately, my large takeaway from the level is that it was repetitive and quickly devolved into the uninteresting. And of course the use of enemies hiding behind indestructible blocks became obnoxious, especially the toss machines. Personally, I think the stage would have worked better without them. It becomes rather hard to pay attention to puzzle setups with curved bullets flying all over the place. Thank goodness for Tornado Blow. Unfortunately, even the enemy challenges between the puzzles felt very samey. The token puzzle took a while to figure out, and I appreciated it having showcased we do have some other ideas. It's a shame the count bomb and falling blocks are elsewhere.
I didn't like the token room just because it was a little too complicated for most players to get.
Apparently we could have cheesed it with Rush Bike.
It had to be some pretty crazy timing to bounce off that thing with Rush Bike to get up there.
The boss is rather awkward and claustrophobic. I always appreciate trying to mix up dev kit bosses, but this just failed the mark. Again, thank goodness for Tornado Blow. The aesthetics, frankly, hurt the level even further, with spotty, cut-off tile work. But my most hated part of the stage, my next will be the chosen Wily track. It was designed for only a short segment. Hearing it throughout got super monotonous. I honestly think this level had some real potential. There's some good stuff here, but man, such obnoxious enemies and lack of puzzle variety just kills it for me. It's funny that the judges, like, rarely ever agree on a particular part of the level being good or bad.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing to get away from technology and bask in an old-school, all-natural place. Except for the simulations, and is that tree synthetic? Wait.
Fairly unfocused newcomers, bosses, and gimmick stage. Well, that. Why do I get the feeling this might have a skip gate?
What? There
Hey!
it is! Hey, look, egg.
What?
And more Rude Buster. Feel free to destroy as many of the stupid jerks driving as you please. Don't get anything for doing it. But put it in as a form of stress relief if you're having a tough time through a level and need to let out some steam. Yay!
I can't even really hear the Rude Buster. It's so.
Yeah. Anyway, we could totally go this way, probably. Yep. Eh?
Huh?
Pass Blitzen 3, all of them leading to a different end boss with an energy element. You want to return here? Quickly, look for the crack in the wall when starting the stage. Woody woody!
What the heck?
Up there, huh? What? Already press up, maybe? Is it a ladder? No?
It's
what?
just broken.
Okay.
It's
Yay!
just broken. Why did I slide when you slid? I didn't do that.
Why did I get pulled to the right?
So, was that what? You got pulled to the right too?
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
No problem.
Oh, this level looks... What is going on with all this?
Ice wall. No? What? Oh! I did not know the magnet beam could do that.
I didn't either.
Contain itself for subject 8102-0211. Codename Indestructible. Conventional weapons. Armor appears to still be vulnerable to force lasers when subject opens up. Teleporter up opens personnel to underground armory area should they...
What?
I don't know, I didn't get to read all of it.
I thought you pushed forward with it. What?
I heard it's in Vetrified 6, I don't know what it's from. It's basically Sentinel Proxima.
What?
The seventh boss of EG. It is extremely tough to kill with conventional weaponry. You have to kick it into an electrified part of the arena.
This is just not a very fun fight. It's immune to everything.
It's immune to laser trident.
It's immune to everything. That's what the text box said. The only thing it's not immune to is when it randomly gets hit by that thing in the background. This is kind of
a bad level.
Yes, that's you just said the exact thing I was saying. This
Ready to
is,
skip?
I mean, what is going on?
What was that?
I don't know. Who are you?
Rocket Man, apparently.
Why are you immune to... I guess he's immune to normal shots for some reason? I have no idea what this level is even trying to do, other than just the... What?
It's trying to be 3 levels in 1.
I mean, unfocused first level sure is a thing. Oh, I thought that was an element. What? What is even...
Beware of dogs.
What? That's a Susie color dog. You can't even get back over. Is it just puking? Like, what is that supposed to be? What? I can't get back over to the left. It's too... Okay, we're skipping this level. This is awful.
What the heck?
This is...
How did this get such a high score?
I don't know! How? It just doesn't work!
How, Elmo? How? Why are we... Oh, right, the skip gate.
What the heck is even happening?
Fairly unfocused is a bit of an understatement, isn't it? Some levels just don't know when to stop. The judges were kind enough to let you skip this huge level if you wish, though. Everything's over to the left. Put all the collectibles in one place now. That's having focus. Start doing that with my keys. My job is to find and report glitches, but it's taking forever to test everything. This level features a whopping 12 bosses and 14 mid-bosses across its 3 elements and branching paths. Even I think that's a bit much, and spamming more of myself is the whole thing.
Wow. Ah, well, I didn't even get a chance to collect anything. Well, we have to come back in 2 more times anyways. Wow, this level is... How did it get such a high score? It is like... What? It's just genuinely broken in some places. Oh no! Oh wait, what would have happened if we collected 2 of them at once?
That would have been weird and cool.
It's breaking the game somehow, probably. Okay, we get to figure out why this...
Whoops!
Well, let's try to get them both at once.
It's
See what happens if we collect, like, 2 at the same time somehow. It's gonna be a little hard to do, but...
Yes.
Hey! He did it!
Yep. Wasn't on the same frame, but we did it.
Well, yeah, Shinryu absolutely had our reaction there. How did it get so... Wait! Oh, that's why it got so high! Patchy! What the heck? Patchy, what? Is it because the level was very patchy? What is this? What? What?
Oh boy. This is a lengthy piece.
That's why I can't wait if the next contest is limiting to 1 element.
I'm weirdly impressed in a way. 3 element levels are a huge risk, but this, well, it's managed better than normal, at least. This level is always designed so you can play it over multiple runs without too much... Wait, how's this level work again? With the ability to skip the entire first part and jump straight to the root split. You can't actually skip the first part outright, as it does contain a rather long token challenge, meaning you'll probably need 3 or 4 trips to get everything without severely overextending yourself. And the fact you must play this level in multiple sittings to really enjoy it, that's a strike against it. Still, taken in chunks like it seems to be designed for, this avoids 2 significant errors common to the usual massive 3-element behemoths. It's not super repetitive, as every route is different and the individual portions aren't terribly long by themselves. As a result, I found myself actually enjoying a semi-significant amount of this monstrosity, mostly due to interesting gimmick setups. The initial cave crawl is a bit boring, and that doesn't really improve when you take the upper spaceship route. However, the laser section and the Ronos platforms managed to feel different, even kind of fun, and I had to give personal props for the custom sheet blocks. I wish Blackout Man's final laser section was less ow on the eyes. Still, the level flops near completely when it comes to combat. The enemies are largely just obstacles that kind of exist, with nothing about them that really stands out. The Aragox on the lower route are a bit better about that, and props for reducing our Sniper's health, but otherwise, I can't think of a single memorable enemy encounter. Considering the sheer number of rooms that are enemy-only challenges with no real platforming, this is a problem. There's a lot of this super massive level that's just plain boring. It's the boss fights that hurt this place the most. Having 20 plus bosses in one level is too much. Several could have been cut without any loss. Custom ones also tend to be spammy, going too fast for how many projectiles they use. For specific examples, Temporal and Tempura fire off a metric ton every time they freeze time. Blackout and the Met boss can flood the screen with minions if you aren't careful. And Barage's immunity to regular shots is infuriating even after you get him down pat. The level length is one thing, but these bosses desperately need to be toned down. As a final aside, that cute secret area is extremely laggy. My goodness, I've never been able to go in there without noticeable slowdown. That really need to be adjusted before it was submitted, and it's definitely too much reward for one fight. While I'll commend you for tackling a stage type that typically isn't very well received, or well executed for that matter, flat out admitting that the level's unfocused right there in the title probably wasn't the best move. While the stage isn't anywhere near as bad as something like Yggdrasil or Sector Upsilon 6, 2 similar stages from the previous contest, still a slog to play through to full completion. One of the biggest and most obvious issues here is, well, the lack of focus. Considering how many different gimmicks and enemy types that get thrown around, most of the sections end up being pretty forgettable in the grand scheme of things. It's unfortunate considering some of them are actually decently designed. I found myself having fun with the Yoku block and forcing a segment in specific, to the point where I really wish it was a more condensed stage to focus on gimmick interactions like those. Instead, the brief enjoyable parts end up being sandwiched in between sections that feel more like filler, along with way too many boss fights. The majority of the custom bosses in particular just aren't that enjoyable to go up against, as they tend to rely heavily on projectile spam and odd movement patterns. All this isn't to say that the level is completely devoid of good aspects, though. For one, most of the stage is straightforward and easy to follow, which already puts it a step above similarly designed levels, as they typically have confusing maze-like layouts. Even when multiple paths show up, they all lead to very linear areas that only break off for the occasional secret. I also praise this level up and down for it, including a shortcut near the beginning that leads to the 3 main paths. Cut out a lot of legwork on repeated playthroughs, and it's something I wish more of these maze-type levels include. Unfortunately, all that doesn't distract from the previous issues mentioned. It's certainly a good effort, but in the end, the age-old lesson of quality over quantity still applies here. A mixed bag of fun? Yeah, the title is not lying for sure.
What?
Also, pretty much describes the entire level pretty nicely. Also, Deltarune music, but why is the music so off-key in some parts? The stage itself is pretty huge, if the 3 exits weren't a clear indication, but credit where it's due, the entry does do it better than most of the other big boys of the contest. Most of those sections are contained within themselves and distinct enough to differentiate and easy to come back to with a handy shortcut at the beginning. Each section is mostly linearly built, too. And the secrets are also hinted at well enough they're not a problem to find. Despite being unfocused, I think the stage itself is not too badly designed. Each of the gimmicks were utilized quite well for the most part, and many of the challenges feel fair and remain on the team side. As the stage keeps changing its gimmicks at the right moments, it doesn't feel like a slog to go through. One thing that's a little iffy is how the laser has the appearance of the damage over time variant, but it insta-kills you here instead. Kind of throws you off the first time. Not all sections are smooth sailing, as demonstrated by a hot dog gauntlet. Could have done without the strong conveyor belts pushing you away from letting you shoot at them. Fake Out Boss is funny for the first time, not after the same joke is reused multiple times in a single entry. Never mind the fact the joke has been used by other entrants as well in this very contest. Needless to say, this joke really ran its course.
Okay, 1 second.
I would definitely enjoy this more if the bosses remained more polished. Oh boy, there are definitely lots of bosses. Notice I said bosses and not custom bosses. As custom is too much of a generous word to describe them. Most of them are just based on twisting existing engine bosses, slightly tweaked to fire at more attacks. Mostly for the worse, since those bugger projectiles come out so quickly, there's no feasible way to dodge or manipulate them. The fight's basically boiled down to finding a weakness so you win the DPS battle. Consistently charming enough to forgive the length and lack of overall theming, despite individual sections being themed well enough. Never mind, this is exhaustive to replay for secrets. Secret Teleporter is too obvious. I stumbled on it looking for tokens. Graphics are nice and clean all around. Good use of negative space in the Medal section. Guts Dozer, yes, I ordered a seizure salad. Magnetic Shockwave only works once? I'm tired of tripping over your stuff whenever I enter a room. You hang out on the ceiling, I'll stay down here with no ammo and wait to die of natural causes. Guts lists are inelegant, but interesting. Temporal Man fight would have been better if he were slower. It's absurd humor, it speaks to me. Bombs go well with crystals. Not sure about that mini-boss fight on springs. Cheap shapes are great! Obligatory checkpoint combination. Tokens are smartly hidden, except the Uranus area is disappointing and I somehow broke it. Magna Beam laser interaction is cool. Wish it applied to all lasers. Iron Ball is clever, but should be easier to hit or just have 1 health bar. A man only needs 1 dragon head. 3 is too many. The Tiamat disagrees. Choo-choo, all aboard the laser block train. It's surprisingly boring. Poor Volt and Camuso. Murder is only funny the first time. Dynaman, I get it, Dynamo and Dyna, is too hard. Bosses need a minion spawn limit. I like hot dogs. Quint is unnecessary. Quick is amazing. Tempura is hysterical if difficult to fight. Bolt Heaven is fun but sluggishly bolty. Levels like this should not be encouraged, seriously. This was bags of fun. I'm sorry, was I supposed to organize my ideas into something cohesive? Why do people make levels like this? I'm honestly curious. The shotgun approach. It speaks, I have no confidence in my level, so if I just keep making more and more level, maybe someone will like something about it. It's not how this works. If the series keeps increasing in levels like this will have diminishing returns. This is already earning a skip. This level is almost the length of an older Mega Man game. It's not what I signed up for in a single stage. Unlike the others submit an entire Mega Man game as an entry levels, this doesn't quite earn my ire like, say, that other one, Hunter Tower, did.
Yes.
This one played it safe and took away any and all tools that might have made it enjoyable. I'll give Funbag's credit. It didn't play it safe. The sad part is, some of these paths are rather good. The stage gets a great deal of mileage out of force beams. Dare I say, sections of the stage are rather fun and clever. If the entirety of the stage had been just one of those paths, I may very well have really liked it. My suggestion to the player base, take the skip teleporter. Play the force beam path. Ignore the idiot Iron Ball reskin boss. That entry right there would have earned this stage a source solidly in the 70s. But I also did sign for nitpicking and reviewing an entire Mega Man game for one entry, so it almost leaves me with nothing to talk about. At this point, it's all a blur. I spent enough time playing this level and it left so little impact on me. At a certain point, I just want to get this over with, and that's a terrible experience to leave the player with. So much padding! And good God, the boss fights. Yes, I like bosses. Yes, I've expressed flavor with entries that have several boss fights, and favor with entries that have several boss fights in them. But this, I think you got the wrong idea. What people want is quality over quantity. Because these bosses, they're worthless. Not because they're all bad, but because they've had little to no time and care put into them. They're glitchy, they're unpolished. That lack of care shows. Dishonorable mentions go to the previously mentioned Iron Ball was just a luck-fest waiting game, waiting for him to die. Tempura Man, whose room layout cripples him, and the Met Man boss who just sort of janks his minions to life and gets AI locked by a player daring to stay close to him. And frankly, the boss that dies in second because their jokes Lamau gag got old the first 500 times. What, do you think the 500 first time in the same stage would nail it? Other entries may be grown at reason of the Combust Man gag from Magnal 2. It's just made me close down and occasionally walk away from the computer. You've killed the concept of humor dead. I feared I may never laugh again. I regularly replay entries from this game in my own time. Even some of the mediocre stages have things I want to replay inside them. There's a chance it could have actually landed a positive impact. All I had to do was submit a Mega Man stage. And by submitting several, you just kind of killed any and all interest I would have otherwise had in this level. I really wish people remembered they were submitting one stage out of hundreds. Thankfully, the developer skips go a long way to making a stage not drawing my ire, but I'm not particularly interested either. One final really notable improvement, the Sheepman blocks. They're colorblind friendly. Congrats, that's a genuinely good idea and implementation. So, we're swiping this idea for Magnal games going forward. Yay!
Colorblind blocks, yeah. The tournament needs rivalries hanging over our heads. A campfire's no place to relax. See, the tensions are heating up. I'm rooting for Hunter Woman myself.
Kitty! I'm about to curl up for a cat nap. I want to spend all my energy rooting for Cerberus Man. I'm tired from constantly dashing back to my weapon tutorial, but Cerberus Man can't hear me cheer from there. This looks like a, Whoa, what? Okay.
I'm guessing it's just a skip. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, that was Buster Rod G.
Man.
I feel closely, most of these trees are synthetic. I mean, someone had to build them. Like, don't forget, don't get your hopes up. It weren't me. That player did got paid well, though. They did an awesome job. You see, it's the Fosters back home in Old Brum. The thing attorney isn't a race. Especially after that entry right below. Total HSE disaster. Definitely need a break after that.
The
King's Lair by Trickster Hat. Do you mind? I'm sitting here waiting for this tournament to blow over. Why? I can't get away with engaging in my favorite hobby with all these officials running around patrolling. My hobby? Eating campers' tents while they're sleeping. It's even funnier when it's raining on them afterwards.
What?
King Golem? Hello, little one. If you can help me, I need to ask something. This is the Royal Man Castle? I don't know. You tell me. Oh, thank you, sir. I'll say to him that I can't help him at the moment because I'm pretty occupied with some pink puffball. Got a pickaxe out, and now I'm just here.
Is that a Kirby reference, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it's the first boss of Kirby in the Amazing Mirror.
Oh. Luna goes woof.
Woof.
Hold on. I need to let her in.
Okay.
Rusty, please. I need to let the dog in. Mingling. Oof.
We good?
Yeah. Ow. Ow. It is hard to move when there's a kitty taking up both my... Oh no! Well, that... Again, just moments that difficult to co-op. Rusty, get off! Come on, buddy.
This appears to be just a Blade Man stage. Yeah, no, there's a crystal joke here. Hey, it's that's not the weapon I intended to use. It's the Shovel Man oil pots. Or Shovel Man, yes.
Some air coats. What are you guys all doing? Gurgle. Gurgle. Nyam. Ah!
You okay?
Yeah, Rusty's just being a pain. Ah!
I probably should have done that.
Hard co-op moments. Ow.
This level is pretty competent.
Yeah.
Just can't really say it's doing anything particularly novel, besides adding the Shovel Man stuff. I did it again, Shovel Knight stuff. Oh, I see you found my hideout. Anyway, there's something you need to ask? Well, I think you saw me before. You saw my clones. I am Magical Joe, the royal mage of this kingdom. These statues have some history. The first one is a statue of one of the old kings, Power Piston. He won the contest of king for a day. He was a really nice king. The other statue, I don't really know about the people on it. It seems to have a serval cat, a rabbit, a wolf, and a bear in some sort of human form. I think Royal Man is the only one who knows the meaning of the statue, since he cleans it every day.
What? I have no idea.
It's not Mr. T.
Some weird anime. All it makes me think of is the Dave the Diver, like, gun guy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Ah!
Go!
Ah!
Ow.
Ah! Lag! Pixel perfect dodging. More hard to co-op moments.
Actually, no. The oil pots with the Blade Man seesaws is pretty good idea.
Yeah. It's just really hard to co-op it. Oh, jeez.
Oh no! Okay.
Ah!
Oh no!
Rusty, please! Come on, buddy. I wouldn't fine there. You and
Mr.
your daughter
Rusty.
are super pests about being in the way when I'm trying to stream.
Nice save.
Aga! I'm dead. Rusty, I had that. He's like on the controller here. Get off. I need to use my arms. I need to use my arms, buddy.
These oil particles lag the heck out of Parsec. Oh no! No! Ah.
Well, that just kind of makes you redo the entire segment there, I guess. What the heck? Alright, bolts. Oh no.
Yeah, like anytime one of those oil pots is on screen, I just can't see what I'm doing.
I wonder if there's any way to fix that with Parsec. I mean, I was having weird lag when we were doing cassette beast before, ow. So I guess that's just part of using Parsec.
I guess.
But don't people use it to play fighting games? I mean,
I had no idea. Don't think I've ever seen one of these seesaws on a loop before.
Oh.
Yeah, oil lag aside, why is this stage only in Tier 7? This is a good one.
Might be because of the length, too, but... It's also kind of... I don't know. It's a little hard to get through some of these segments here. Like this one here is just kind of... a little tight.
Are we at the end?
Seems it. Oh, he teleports. Maybe the boss? Because I don't think you can jump over that? I don't know if you can jump over his attack there. That might be a problem.
Apparently, yes. What?
I don't know how you managed to do it that one time, because every time I try to jump over it, I get hit. That's like, it has to be like pixel perfect timing to not get hit.
What's over here?
Fresh fish.
Fresh fish, apparently. Okay, we'll check that out later.
Tree fish, I guess.
The King's Lair by Trickster Hat. A medieval castle with cannons on the walls, cannons and axes in a stage, seesaw sections with flying helicopter enemies, and tri-castle as a mid-boss. So, am I talking about Blade Man stage, or this one? That's the biggest weakness of this level, full stop. It feels like a remake of Blade Man with a dash of King Knight, and that manages to be really boring for me. Worst thing I can say about the stage design itself is that it doesn't expand on this concept much. Particularly with the enemies, I found they tend to be pretty samey in how they got used. The second tri-castle is also slightly frustrating, but that's almost assuredly a result of my playstyle as a Buster snob. Otherwise, the stage design is inoffensive, even alright. It does have a solid difficulty curve and all that, so there's not a lot of advice I can give in that area. Maybe shorten it a bit? Even then, most of its issue is just how uninspired it feels. All that being said, there is one silver lining. Royal Man is such an interesting boss that I was floored by the difference between him and his level. Royal Man has all the creativity I was looking for, with an interesting variety that supports the length of his fight. He's also well designed, being a shield boss that isn't hopelessly tedious. I would replay this level if only to rematch him, and I'm looking forward to facing him in the boss gallery.
It's just really hard to dodge his shield. Quit biting! Fingernail clippers.
Outside of general aesthetics and the end boss, I can't really think of too many noteworthy things here. It's not a bad stage per se, it's just a bit unremarkable. That's basically the underlying problem all throughout this level. The room layouts and platforming challenges aren't badly designed or anything like that, and that's just not all that interesting. I think the main culprit here is this level is very, very similar to Blade Man stage from Mega Man 10, to the point where it almost feels like a retreading of it. The level has similar aesthetics, has similar enemy choices, and some of the seesaw segments feel like they would be right at home in Blade Man's level. Granted, the seesaws do get more interesting towards the end, where the rooms focus more on vertical progression as opposed to the long hallway-based segments that came before. And while the boiling pot gimmick isn't exactly unique, given it's ripped directly from Shovel Knight, I still think it was used to good effect during the vertical segments. I just wish there were more interesting layouts like that throughout the whole stage, rather than all of them being directly before the boss. Speaking of which, Royal Man is easily the highlight of this level. While the fight is a bit on the easy side, his attacks certainly threw me for a loop the first time I fought him. His shield teleport is really unique, and I definitely didn't expect him to get rid of the floor and start flying around. So even though he doesn't put up much of a fight, I'd still consider him to be a rather memorable encounter and a decent boss overall. I do wish the rest of the stage stood out just as much as Royal Land does, though. Like I said, it's not that bad of a level in the grand scheme of things. It just needs something else to set apart from Blade Man's stage. 85! Whoa!
Patchy just really throws out high scores a lot. But it wasn't a bad level. The only problem I had with the boss was the shield is ridiculously hard to jump over.
So is Woodman.
Nah, Woodman isn't that tight.
Doc Robot Woodman, definitely. That's quite a charming little level, I'd say. It's the right balance of being fun and interesting. The tile set is gorgeous. The gold and blue color combo really felt the royalness of the castle theming. Could use a bit of breakup on some of the brick wall textures, but that's a very minor complaint. Reskin Crystal Joes are also really nicely drawn and stylish looking. It's very clever to combine a seesaw platform and lava cauldrons. I especially like the interaction of the platform also serving as a cover from the lava fall. The Crystal Joes compensate with the seesaw pretty well too, which you'd want to time your advances to avoid getting hit by the crystal attacks. I also appreciate the fact most of the airborne enemies can be reached with Buster only. Kind of a little hectic with reduced maneuverability near the end with cannons lobbing shots at you, but overall I like the challenges provided by those mechanisms. Royal Man is also a pretty unique battle. His own teleportation with his shield attack, the summoned minions and crown explosives with reduced space, they can all be reasonably avoided and manipulatable, making for a fair and learnable fight. Here's a level that's well on its way to feeling authentically Capcom. The sprites and tile set look highly professional, and I see lots of attention to detail in the implementation. The background shots make me very happy. The music feels right. Fair, well-paced, and increasingly complex challenge arcs are the backbone of the level. A manageably elaborate boss fight caps it off, and I love the creativity of the teleportation barrier and the player-friendly death traps. I might tweak a handful of things, e.g., breaking up some repetition in the otherwise pristine tile work, stopping King Golem from turning to face the player, adding end caps to seesaw tracks, making the minion projectiles self-destruct on the boss dies, but I think these three changes would do the most good. First, trimming or revamping the handful of overly familiar challenges. A few spots too closely resemble Blade Man or are mild variations on earlier setups. Second, more rigorous playtesting. A knucklehead like me can get permanently stuck in a ceiling or two. Use Rush or Laser Trident to bypass and trivialize almost every hazard, and catastrophically derail a boss fight by pausing at the right time. Third, polishing the dialogue so it's free of spelling and grammar errors and more accessible to players who don't recognize whatever you're referencing. The good news is that even without those changes, the level is perfectly enjoyable. Although I question the please hide here and use Spark Chaser note, the second Tri-Castle fight is exactly what I want when I talk about combining elements and spicing up old challenges. Theming, layout, and checkpoint placement all reflect good planning. The tedium I associate with seesaw challenges is gradually broken down by progressively more interesting setups. I actually like the use of Joes, and for me that's high praise. Hi Blade Man! In order to distinguish your level from Blade Man's, you need to push boundaries and ideas much further than what's presented here. Oftentimes rooms are basically lifted from the original, enemy selection and all, and the additional elements to the level added very few unique challenges. This is further compounded by the repetitive nature of the gimmicks and how the level seems to present almost identical rooms on occasion, because the Blade Man platform gimmick is used in almost exactly the same way. This already slow gimmick is joined by equally slow enemy segments, so the layout felt like an afterthought. The entire level felt like a very easy slog. There was a difficulty spike with the second encounter of the mini-boss. You're either fighting in a very cramped space or waiting it a long time to hit it between the streams of oil. Either's fun, it's probably best to just use Magnetic Shockwave against the thing. In a vast contrast to the rest of the level, the final few rooms offer something new, even if the execution is not great. Way too easy for the final set of challenges. The level should have used these ideas more often, which would have allowed you to properly explore the concept. Graphically, the level is a step up from Blade Man, though I would have liked to see more themed enemy reskins. Royal Man was a good boss, fairly well thought out. The collapsing floor is pretty unique, though I'm not a fan of instant death in boss fights. The room resetting on the boss's death, meaning you could not lose the energy element in the pit or die after winning, is something that could easily be forgotten, so it does show some serious player consideration. Nice touch.
Yeah, I just think his shield needs to be shrunk just a tiny bit to make it easier for the players to dodge. And that's about it. Fresh fish. Doing a plant through the trees. We must find the key card. What is this? Wily in space
rolls rescue.
Uh-oh, well.
Shinryu hated it. So did Ace.
I'm going to get the feeling that Ace and Shinryu seem to, I seem to have similar opinions of them sometimes.
Hello there, it's me, Wolf. Just to come to rescue me from Wily Space Station, but I'm in a little trouble right now. And unless there are a lot of enemies, and I forgot my Buster upgrade. Could you scout ahead and get rid of them? Please be careful. It would be funny if I was still playing his role.
Yeah.
So they have special protection. Make sure to find a weak spot.
We're finally starting to get a little out of the. That is a crap load of tokens. They're like really bad levels so far. I mean, that mess of a level is still not very fun, but.
I roll. I move hover. And there's some Sniper Joes that look very tough. They're for kinds too. I wonder if there's some way to get past their shields.
I mean...
Megaman! Megaman!
Ow, plushy! At least it's not the Rankin Bass, or not Rankin Bass, whatever that terrible cartoon Mega Man was.
Captain N.
No, that was a bad one too, but no. That was cigar smoking Mega Man.
Hey, Mega Man, we want to go find Dr. Wily.
Or no, like,
Captain N, we want to find Dr. Wily. Let's stop at a cigar store.
no, that was the other terrible one where Roll always had like blow dryers and vacuums and brooms and stuff. I have that series. I found it for like $2 at a thrift store, but it is really, that's one where Mega Man kind of looks like a younger bad box art Mega Man almost. He just doesn't look like a robot. That's the now I got your power one. Okay, that's kind of neat.
Alright, you stand on it and I'll push you.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend coiling from up high.
Oh, we don't have the magnet beam for some reason. Wait, then how do we get that normally?
I don't know.
Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay. Ah, it knocked me off. Ah, darn it, you killed me again. Oh, jeez. High rush. I wonder how you get some of these in single player. I guess I'm going to have to figure out on my own, but that's, yeah, how do you get that in single player? I don't get it.
Perhaps that's always what seems to be two machines working together. You're covered in invincible green armor, so try to find your weak spot.
Roll, shut up.
Yeah, who do you think you are, Alia?
Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. What?
What?
Okay, well, he gave me some weapon juice, I guess.
Ah! He thinks this mini boss has too much health.
There we go.
At least there's a chicken. Roll, please.
While I was in prison here, I noticed there were some oddly colored Joes. It's possible they have different abilities than regular Joes, so be careful. The stage is very much a believer in tell, don't show.
Agua. Ooh. Health.
Ha!
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ba-boom! Long stage. Bushes. I was expecting it to go all the way across too.
Oh.
God darn it! Yeah, of course he respawned right after right when it disappeared.
I was waiting for you to pick it up. I was like, why isn't he picking it up?
I had a whole bunch of health. I was gonna wait, but then they both lost it, I guess. Oh. That's a way to get it, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how you get some of these as single player. Like, it seems kind of weird.
Maybe there's a way to hit move hover while standing on top of it.
Not sure.
Down we go. Haven't we been here before?
Yeah, I don't know. Everything looks the same.
Whoops.
Darn it.
You did it too. And then you stole my bomb.
I gotta see if there's a way to add sound effects to the bombs, just because. Such a long stage. Yahoo!
Wrong weapon, Fox. Game sure does like, or this level sure does like rush coil. Nice.
There's still another token to get to. Ah! Keeps knocking me off every time it moves.
Woo!
Where's the final token? Go away!
You go to just stayed up here. Sorry for running off so quickly. There's another convoy, but the terrain is a bit more dangerous this time. Remember its weak spot?
Shut. Oh, well. Oh, this is annoying.
Yay! Woo!
Okay. Where's the last token?
While you were fighting that convolute, I stopped by and looked at the Lex room. Things don't look good. Well, I just created a new metal daddy that's stronger than ever. The weapons won't put much of a dent in his arm, but your buster should be able to hit his weak spot more easily.
Shut up, Roll!
That is a mean token.
Yes, it is.
Before you have to defeat the boss, I'd like to say thanks for saving me and completing this level. Tile set and custom Joe sprites are made by Tyra, and all other assets were provided by the Megamix engine. I also like to thank my playtesters who tested my level, and I wish the best of luck to you, all of you, in your creative endeavors.
You are responsible for all this, Roll? Wahoo!
That sure was a level.
What do we got? We got Ringman!
That's fine.
We got Astroman. That's right, they got reused.
Yep.
That's the robot I always felt bad for beating up. Because if Mega Man 8, you'd shoot him. He's like, oh, stop it! I can't take it anymore. He's like, I don't want to be doing this! Stop shooting me! It's like, geez, I'm sorry, dude. I feel sorry for Clown Man, too, because he really, Clown Man really liked Dr. Wily, and Dr. Wily liked him, but then he just threw him against Mega Man, and poor Clown Man was just trying to make someone happy.
Nearly 60 screens long, filled to the brim with shielded enemies, and rarely uses any of its level gimmicks. This is a combination that creates a functional level. It does not create a fun one, being largely a slog with only a few mild points of interest. It doesn't even give you that much to talk about overall. The biggest issue with the level is what I've already stated. It's too long, has too many shields, and barely does anything else. Yeah, sure, it has custom Joe variants that use things like Beery, Sparks Wave, and Ballad Crackers, but those only provide a modicum of interest. And every enemy in this entire level has shields except the Elekits, who hang at the ceiling instead. New Joe variants are not necessarily the best idea. Give credit for the cool looking tile set, number of shield attackers you can really just dodge, which is more entertaining than just standing there and wrecking them.
I just
it's
thought
fun
of
to shove things around with move hover.
I was thinking of how could you make a more interesting Joe variant, and I was thinking you run into him and he throws his shield at you and then starts running around like normal enemy trying to just shoot sometimes. It's like
Plus, the level does have a good the difficulty curve and good introductions, meaning the design isn't terrible, but ultimately this is unimpressive at best, if not outright mediocre. For feature designs, I'd advise shortening the length or relying way less on shielded enemies, as they are a time sink for not much benefit. And try to get more use out of the gimmicks. A good Mega Man level wants to have things for the player to fight, yes, but it's also much more than just you shooting at things. It's nice to see Comboloid at least. Considering the stage runs for about double the length of an average official Mega Man level, I was hoping there would be something exciting within in order to justify that runtime. Sadly, that's not really the case here. Let's start with the high point of the stage, the aesthetics. The visuals are nice, and the song choice is fitting. The custom Sniper Joes also look pretty good, although their firing frame looks a bit weird to me, but that's just a minor nitpick in the grand scheme of things. Level design-wise, the stage feels very empty. It's only just a string of basic enemy configurations and the occasional move hover platform segment with not much else in between to break up the monotony. Speaking of the move hovers, I found that Ande was shown how other enemies could be pushed by them, but the stage didn't really capitalize on that aspect. Could have made for a decent gimmick to exploit throughout, but that type of situation only comes up twice in the whole level, with both rooms being practically identical in terms of layout. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot else to talk about here, given the majority of the stage is so bare bones. If it had explored the move hover and enemy interactions a bit more, it likely could have turned out much better.
Well, I wonder if you use a Leckman's attack maybe to push them while you're on them.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Or just Rush Jet, I guess.
Review in text box. Corny remark. Oh no, we have to rescue Roll from that dastardly Wily. Oh wait, she's just right there in the first room. Kinda really simple rescue mission if you ask me. That's pretty much a good summary of the stage as a whole. It's pretty much a walk in a park in space. Roll's rescue. A lot of the enemies are put around without any consideration for the stage hazards or comboing with any other enemies. The enemy selection is also criminally unoriginal. Yep, our old pals, a terrible trio, strike back. It's kind of plopped onto the stage without much care or thought. At least for a lackluster level with a lackluster roster. Oop. Somebody hit the context menu button and I can't scroll anymore. Fox? Cat, get off the thing! I can't do that. Oop, there we go. Makes for a lackluster load. I still can't scroll it. Thanks, Cat.
Whoa, Rusty! What have you done? You can't read the reviews if you're pushing the mouse around and unfocusing it.
Thanks. In fact, the easy nature of the level actually proved to be a detriment in the form of final token placement. The stage boss is so easy that the player is very unlikely to respawn at the checkpoint to get the hint that the token is hidden behind the logo during the teleport animation. I'm not sure if that's an intentional decision. Still, that is a bit for essentially punishing players for playing well. It's nice when a level has one central flaw that can be discussed up front before focusing on all the good stuff. In this case, the level just feels long. It's the distance between checkpoints. Remember, every 6 to 12 screens is generally ideal. It's the relative lack of challenge progression. Although new enemies are rolled out at regular intervals, the difficulty and complexity don't change appreciably from start to finish, so things start to feel samey. The level needs one more gimmick or more interplay between the current assets. Walking bombs can be put to trickier use, or fewer screens altogether. Condensing the level to a more normal length would naturally remedy the most major complaints I have. I wouldn't mind more color contrast between foreground and background, but the graphics are nicely detailed. The background blocks subtly help the player to judge distances when positioning move hovers, which is great. The Wily battleship is a nice touch. It's a shame we don't actually get to fight Wily given the level aim. I like the new Joe designs and the animation when Roll talks. New elements are introduced appropriately and meaningfully. pits and spikes enhance the challenge in a responsible manner. I appreciate your restraint. Move hovers are used in satisfyingly difficult ways, especially where tokens are concerned, and I love using them to push Joes off ledges. Last token is exactly the right amount of sneaky.
I don't think that was a good token.
I should mention that the Joes have some technical quirks. Ballad Cracker should ideally be multi-directional. The boss alterations are barely noticeable, and oops, he took the bottom path token is annoying. And Roll's dialogue doesn't add as much substance as it could, but they don't matter nearly as much as the good stuff. After looking at the native stage, for some reason expectations were low. Impressively, you managed to undershoot these. I can understand that there was effort put into creating this, but I honestly hated it. A boring stage is sometimes worse than an objectively awful one. Ending up ironically enjoying a stage is still enjoying a stage in some fashion. The main problem with this level is just two small flaws to the stage. 1, the enemy placement. 2, the enemy placement. Now, I realize that this is technically just one flaw, but I thought it was such a big one and it was worth mentioning twice. The vast majority of enemy encounters in the stage offer no threat to the player, yet every enemy was either shielded or evasive, and there were so many of them. This is a slog in the truest sense of the word. There were multiple instances of rooms being virtually copy-pasted, none of which offered any sort of twist to the original room. Nearly all 50 of the rooms felt exactly the same. The level could have ended after 15 and I would have seen all I needed to. It's mostly aesthetically pleasing, and the level does look nice, but the endgame Wily stages are never interesting choices for level themes, as the canon games offer very little personality here. That all said, I did chuckle at the Hoverman platform pushing off the Joe. Last major point. Whoop! Megaman! Megaman! Here's this enemy and I'll just tell you how it works! Ever see the Ego Raptor video about teaching in Megaman games? Funnily enough, by using Roll in the way you did, you have done the exact thing he parodied in his video. Yup. It's his sequelitis video on Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Using dialogue to introduce basic enemy mechanics, this is just lazy. Enemy mechanics should be understandable at a glance, or at worst learning through mistakes. Doing otherwise insults the player's intelligence. Whoops.
Ah.
Oh no, it's the man who speaks in the hands. I'm gonna go get some water. Yeah! I get some water and I can throw away this bag of pretzels when it is empty. Oh boy. Boink.
Kitty, kitty, he's kitty, kitty.
Hello. Alright, woo! What's next? Wait, where's 101?
Probably over to the right here.
Ever since the second festival, people have been paying much more attention to me. I'm not one for paparazzi. This quiet forest is more my taste.
Chemical industry. Just an element. Hey, Turtles music. Lab City.
Oh no.
Lab bad. Whoa, well. That was close. Oh. Ow. Certainly doesn't make me feel like I'm playing any Turtles game here. Ow, 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 ow.
What would a belt-scrolling Mega Man even look like? No, I guess not all the Turtles games were belt-scrollers.
No, not all of them.
The Game Boy games sure weren't.
I mean, I guess Turtles theme does fit a sewer level?
I guess. This sounds like a job for Tornado Blow.
And yeah, I wanted to cheese it, I guess.
Squid!
Okay. Oh no. And no checkpoint either.
Huh?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sure, you can just skip that by falling off the platform.
I get the feeling like this might be another route or something. That is a pretty bad segment though. That was thank you, game lag. Wow.
It's Pump Man!
This level is also kind of overstaying its welcome. But level length is a hard thing to balance out. Oh, that's why. These things push you down.
Ooh! Apparently those are death.
That is a lot of explosive enemies. Yeah, the setup is annoying. Ow! The setup is extremely annoying. Oh.
Oh man. I'm staying out of this. What? At least there was a checkpoint.
I guess. There was something
The
there.
game just really wanted me to not stay out of this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. What? Oh.
That is kind of dumb. Oh, the down
Why
here.
is instant death?
Just overstaying welcome.
I don't know what to do about that. It didn't work.
What? That looks like you can step on. Why? Okay. Ah! Why? Oh. Oh.
Oh. Wow.
I
Okay.
really do not like this level. Wow. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, difficulty curve. Well, it just goes straight up in this, I guess. Damn it! Ugh. Oh, I frickin' hate this? Come on! Lag! No. Lag again! This doesn't have a skip gate, but it sure is. It's super frustrating. I freaking hate that. I freaking hate that. These like super tight jumps. Ah. Okay, now we have to. I wish we could skip this level, honestly. This section is awful. How about a checkpoint between all this annoying stuff? Like, we can't even use Rush Jet there in that segment. We just have to get... Oh, I freaking hate this.
Oops.
Ay, 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 ay.
Okay then.
This is like a level that would make me not like give up on getting 100% in this game. This is not fun at this point. Like, what the hell? Overkill. I have a bunch of challenging segments with no good checkpoint in between. That just seems... Hey. Oh, the background is hurting my eyes. Oh. Oh, this is just evil.
You made it.
Please be a checkpoint.
Checkpoint, please.
No.
Mini boss. What game is this mini boss from?
Maybe 5? I don't remember. I remember fighting it before. Can we not? Your checkpoints are like some of the worst I've seen in this game, dude. Person. Yeah, sorry. Screw the Buster only. This is just needlessly annoying. Still no checkpoint? Still no checkpoint? Still no checkpoint? Oh my god. This one's actually a little hard to dodge just because we don't know which player it's going after. It's not exactly dangerous, but... Oh, that level was...
Isn't it a fixed trajectory?
No. It's aiming to try to hit us with some momentum. So if you're sitting in the corner, then it aims at you, it'll hit me who was trying to lure out the shots. But if it aims at me, then we're both fine, so it's just hard to predict. That was...
Chemical industry!
Fun factor is pretty low.
Fun scores from a couple of them. Ace liked it, I guess. Mildly surprised that this didn't use Chemical Plant for music, but then this didn't feel super chemical-y. It's more of a standard water stage, albeit with Gutsless rad shenanigans. Little sticks out more for its unusual enemy set: Fever, Glooper, and Sybil. Fever somehow is the most normal end of the stage. None of its appearances stood out as great, but outside of a few without something to knock you into, it was never used poorly. Glooper is one of the more effective enemies to be paired with Gutsless, zipline sections excluded. And it also makes a pretty interesting turret. It also makes a rather frustrating turret due to how much of a damage sponge it is for the most part, but I found it okay. Unfortunately, Sybil is a pain in the tail. The giant clouds of them get annoying after the fourth time. They tend to come from nowhere and punch you off a cliff. The other awkward quirk here is the split path, mostly from how pointless it is. The bottom path is presumably, or hopefully, the main path, and it's a decent experience overall. It falls into some of the generic water level trappings, but as a whole it's inoffensive. The biggest complaint, besides Sybil being annoying, is the waterfalls affect your gravity now when earlier in the stage it did nothing of the sort. The top path is unreasonably difficult to access, with the worst of the gloopers yet. And if you do get it, the painful Sybil clouds are in full force here, on top of multiple killer guts lifts. Top it all off, there's no real reward to going to the top path. It didn't even bother tracking down that one key for tanks because players can just shop for those. I suppose I appreciate that you can't lock yourself out of those tanks with checkpoints, but that's because there's barely any on the top route. It becomes quite the pain. Ultimately, as it stands, the reward for succeeding those gutless is a much less entertaining route. Which makes me wonder why that top route even existed. All it seems to do is hurt the place. There's probably more to say about this level beyond some frustration points. This didn't really didn't leave much of an impression on me. Could be better, could be worse. I'm sure others have more to say than I do. If it weren't for how the split path was handled, the stage probably would have sat a lot better with me. As it is currently, I found this to be a very frustrating level indeed. Initial impressions weren't all that bad since most of the room layouts leading up to the first problem area are pretty good. Although repeating rooms but now with X amount more of the same enemies are a bit questionable. Besides that, plus some odd tile usage, there wasn't much to write home about. However, all that ends up falling apart once we get to the first Guts List segment. Falling here and in the second Guts List section puts you on the lower/sewer path of the level, which you'll be locked into unless you replay the stage from the beginning. Actually trying to reach the upper path is more trouble than it's worth, however, and it's mainly due to the enemy placement. Glooper is a relatively tanky enemy that requires a decent amount of commitment to take down. The way he's using the first Guts List section is nothing short of frustrating. While you can get through it without using weapons to preemptively get rid of them, the precision requires way too much for sticking this early in the level. By comparison, the second Guts List segment, for as rare as it is to even get there, feels way easier thanks to the lack of gloopers. The most frustrating part about all of this, though, is that the upper path doesn't really feel all that special compared to the sewers. I guess it's a little bit shorter than the lower path, but not by much. I know I'm harping on the split path a lot, but I think the way it's executed really brings the stage down. The vast majority of the level's issues would be solved if the split path is made an actual choice on the player's part, while perhaps toning down the glooper and fever usage. Both those enemies, when they're overused together as they are in this stage, make for a very tedious experience, especially if you're going Buster only. For what it's worth, I do think you have some solid ideas here. Outside the first Guts List segment, a lot of the rooms and enemy setups work out pretty well. It's just that Glooper is an enemy that wears out so welcome very quickly, especially when it sees as much as it is here.
Checkpointing really needs.
Red Mountain Zone, Act 3! I considered this to be a contender for being the least fun stage for me. That is no longer the case, but it's still not very fun, the biggest offender being the enemy roster. The enemies picked here are all atrocious in one way or another, and they get spammed a lot throughout the stage. For example, the frogs that shoot those goo balls at you, forcing you to button mash out the gooey state if you ever get hit by one, which can leave you vulnerable to other enemies because your shots get absorbed by the goo during it. Even worse is you get forced out of your climbing state too and fall straight down with no way of re-grabbing until you mash out the goo. Another obnoxious one is the fly enemy who explodes. With how much they are spammed on one screen, they can easily swarm you, most likely getting caught in one of those explosions. There's definitely some thought put into the level design. Enemies do complement the platforming challenges for sure, but it mostly consists of the frogs hiding behind reflect blocks, which serve to increase the annoyance that you experience furthermore as a side effect. There were spikes that don't look like spikes, so that was fun. Also, somewhat odd design choice of having a split path in the form of if the player failed the long-winded guts section. Yeah, there's just this whole alternative section if you fall off. Since both paths eventually lead to the same boss anyway and there aren't any tokens to find, there isn't any incentive to stay on the top path. It's especially redundant since the bottom path ended up being the easier path of the two. Suppose it was made as some form of mercy? There are three main things I like about this level. First, the meaningful use of slopes. Second, guts lifts, which despite some polish issues are enjoyably tricky, especially where Tiehorn is involved. How come I'm never seeing these slopes when they happen? Am I just not noticing them? Second, guts lifts, which despite some polish issues are enjoyably tricky, especially where Tiehorn is involved. Third, invincible blocks that are integrated into the stages rather than tacked on to stop any cheating. But clearly, positives only go so far in boosting this level's score. Ideally, architecture and screen transitions should consciously define the flow of the level. Considering how easy it is to backtrack into danger, destabilize the scrolling mechanic, get into places you physically can't get out of, and screen transition into oblivion, I can tell this wasn't made by an idealist. Overly frequent screen transitions make the first half feel longer than it actually is, and the paucity of checkpoints and power-ups only aggravates the situation. The vertical section, I'd say the one with all the frogs, but that describes me practically every section, needs more safety nets to prevent players from losing several screens of progress if they get hit. Enemy swarms and ambushes are individually successful, but collectively exhausting and repetitive. Special weapons are too I'll give you credit for a discernible challenge progression, earnest attempts at safe enemy and gimmick introductions, and aesthetic and gameplay elements that, when working together, create some semblance of theming. Most levels with this many rough edges don't even try. Same deal with the tile work. Even though I could play Art Critic, it's still clear what you were going for. And some sections, for example the interior sewer climb, look rather good. Even the boss, which is blandly plopped in from the dev kit with no alteration that I can detect, was the best possible choice to fit with these aesthetics and challenges. Wait, who was the boss again?
The like T1000 small double yellow devil guy.
Oh, right, yeah. Ooh. Outer Reaches by Samario. Okay.
Ah! Normally I'm safe in that spot, but I guess not.
Okay then. You have to beam from like there. Go! That was tricky. Mets and Joes. And Mets and Joes and Joes and Mets and also Joes. Woo!
People sure love their Joes and that.
Oh, you respawn, kind of.
It makes it hard to try to figure out when to slide under him. Good. What?
I have no idea.
How did that hit me? I didn't even jump.
How did that kill you?
They do a ridiculous. Those crystals do crazy damage.
Alright, well, that was a pretty inoffensive level. Hey, Gemini Man. Whoa, what? This is new. What the heck?
Okay. We're going bullet hell mode on him, I guess. Why?
I mean, cool, but that's not what I expected.
It's kind of a boring level.
As far as the level goes, this isn't much. There's a few neat ideas, particularly the key cornering with Crystal Joes, but on the whole, it's just there. Inoffensive, but unmemorable. The leg beams especially don't get much attention. Pretty much all of them can be skipped by jumping down. And there's also this early story of the Met Flood that I can't say I'm particularly fond of. But outside of that, it's a huge struggle to find things to talk about here. I guess the music's nice. That being said, Green Gemini Man was an unexpectedly fun fight, easily the highlight of the level. If the rest of this place was as cool as that fight, it would rate much higher. Still, I'll be looking forward to fighting him in the boss gallery. Oh hey, is this our first level with score over 50?
No.
For the most part, there's
Oh wait,
not really
maybe.
a whole lot.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
For the most part, there's not really a whole lot going on with this level. It's relatively short, has rather basic enemy and gimmick placements, and doesn't really do anything noteworthy as far as platforming challenges go. In terms of level structure, the most notable segment is probably the second token and how lining up the maggot theme to slide into that one room can be a bit finicky. It's certainly doable, but it takes some time and precision. There's also a ladder at the end of the level that doesn't have any collisions, so there's that too. Overall, there wouldn't be much else to discuss here if it weren't for the boss. I wasn't really sure what to make of Fracture at first, seeing as he looks like a Gemini Man recolor, but when he started attacking and teleporting all over the place, you better believe that got my attention back pretty quickly. If that was meant to be an intentional bait and switch, then congrats, because it was certainly effective on me. Granted, he's not exactly what I would call difficult. His bullet patterns are certainly intimidating looking at first, but are actually pretty easy to avoid once you get the pattern down. Even so, he's still far and away the most interesting part of the stage. I just wish the rest of the level was up to par with him.
He just kind of breaks in two players.
Malachite Spaceport. Ooh, crosscode music, I approve. Though it doesn't really fit the aesthetics of the stage. Vermilion Wasteland music here sounds too gloomy for the colorful Starman tile set. Kind of a short and average stage, I feel. Only several screens of Crystal Joes and Mets in which their placements don't feel all that intuitive. There also is electric traps you can go through easily simply by falling. One soft lock situation with the key coin collecting, you cannot go back through the sliding path to reach any upper part coins that you missed, which is pretty bad when the key is needed for progression. Also, the ladder beneath the Pen Maker doesn't have collision. The fight at the end is the highlight of the stage, I find. Green Gemini Man here is kind of intimidating with the amount of projectiles he fires, but they're ultimately harmless if you don't let yourself get cornered. It definitely makes the fight very uniquely dynamic with how his shots limit your playing field. You got the framework for a solid level here. Nice pacing, fair challenges, and checkpoints at regular intervals. The sights are good with appealing tile work, interesting use of architecture outside the play area, and engagingly eerie music. The thing is, it means more. More variety, more challenges, more playtesting. In the absence of gimmicks, the easy to bypass elect man beams are barely prominent enough to count. Any selection needs to be extra thoughtful and harmonious. Space Metals parallel with almost everything, but there's an overabundance of shielded enemies, usually in very familiar setups that can be handled one enemy at a time. Laser Trident shreds this level to bits. A couple screens offer a decent challenge, e.g. falling into a tight space as a shield attacker, fending off two types of Mets at once, using Magna Beam to access a second token. But almost all I remember are Crystal Joes blocking hallways and guarding the tops of ladders. Difficulty and complexity jump around a bit too, especially if you miss the first token and don't receive that gentle introduction to the enemies. Technical polish could be better. Tokens aside, the level doesn't need two-way horizontal transitions. Backtracking is liable to get you hurt. One ladder is an unclimbable background decoration. The boss has several technical quirks, including a huge exploit during the super attack and being vulnerable to damage while invisible. I wish the level were longer. There's definitely room to develop more of a theme of the gameplay. I also wish Breakdash or Ice Wall are the boss's main weakness. Spark Chaser makes them too much of a pushover. Nevertheless, the boss is the highlight of the level. Tricky, unique, and fun. The atmosphere of the level is out of this world, sorry, but unfortunately it didn't give us the payoff folks are looking for. I like quite a bit about this stage. It's really well tiled, had an excellent music choice, enemies that fit the level design really well, Penguin aside, and the whole package felt very refreshing for a Mega Man level. It genuinely felt like I was playing in a space station. However, the level finishes just as it feels like it is getting started. It is just too short. A few gimmicks were only ever introduced but never built upon. The elect blocks are never a threat, except the one below a non-existent ladder near the end. I don't think that was intentional. The keycards were only used once, and I was expecting another larger, more complicated room like the one in the level afterwards. This shows enough promise that I still really enjoy the stage, but it really ended on a real high note. The boss was impressive, fun to learn, and just the right challenge. Even ended up perfect running him in my spare time. So the positive end to the level, another 10 rooms of increased difficulty using the same assets, and this would have been an excellent level rather than just a decent romping one. Oh no, it's Burner Man! Oh man, I was told standing under the moon like this would give me awesome, super awesome were-robot powers. Have I been bamboozled? Why isn't anything happening? Oh, ooh. Oi, mate, working here. Get off! Watch it for ya! Ah! Arcade Archives.
Blaster Master music. Ghosts and Goblins, bad guy?
Skull Shield Attacker. Spooky. I got it. Eh?
Hopefully we can come back to get that. Well, time to restart the level.
What?
Well,
I understand nothing.
I guess we don't block that one shield dasher.
Oh, okay.
But that means redoing the level just to know that, which is not good. Yeah, this one, I guess we just leave him here.
Okay.
But again, it'd be
I'm
helpful.
surprised the charge shot even got through that. Actually, wait, they're not, Wait, why are...
Oh.
Why are those blue blocks there? Just to tell you that the switch got turned on?
I don't know.
Yeah, the tokens heal you part way.
Well, at least that one's simple enough.
Laser.
Oh, they should have back.
Wow, okay. That's different.
At least it wasn't death spikes. I'm wary of this, because I had the last time. Yashichi. Ah, that's a... Oh.
It is a fake.
Rude. Did we miss the token? What? Why is it B-52 bomber, dude, here? Like 1942 boss. I mean, I guess it's just throwing in what the reference is here.
I guess.
Wait,
That didn't work.
I didn't even have a chance to jump. Ah! Oh, I forgot I could shoot through those. Well, we got the tokens.
I probably didn't even need to do that.
Well, that sure was getting zipped by the block for there.
Yeah, you're supposed to just ride that platform to the left, I guess.
Go away, you fake Yashichis here. Why? Ah! No! Ba 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 da ba. Ah! Ah!
You get it.
I don't think the level did enough with its theming here. It's just kind of empty of the stuff. Oh. Hey, look who it is!
Oh boy, it's Gravity Man! With the Mega Man 4 remix.
Party music. We had to add drum and bass to this, I guess.
Drum and bass makes every music better.
He is kind of a little annoying in this stage. Aga!
Yay!
He's more challenging than usual in that little setup. At least I'll give him that.
Yeah, that was cool. Shinryu did not like this level. Flash Fan did. Okay, this is pretty cute. Red rammers that dive into you when lined up, skull shield attackers that reflect your shots, flying Yashichi blades, and all combined with girders, switches, and old school music. I like a lot of the ideas put into this, and as a whole it's cute to see. Unfortunately, the level design is middling at best. It grows and iterates on its stage concepts, sure, and it has a very slight difficulty curve. The curve's hardly perfect. The final climb with the switch is even half as dangerous as the long death pit before it. And the first token is an arbitrary pain in the tail, but that's kind of small potatoes compared to how uninteresting the design itself. Are you going to finish that with a verb, Mick? No? Okay. The level itself just isn't memorable beyond its distinct goons. The whole experience sort of runs together into nothing. Considering the mid-boss is this cool plane enemy who doesn't even need half the platforms in his fight, and the boss is a Gravity Man who regularly gets caught on the terrain, I can't help but feel the level wasn't finished. Which also gives me a bit less to talk about overall. I have to see more from these enemies in the future, if nothing else. If there is an enemy, or if there is a block that is only solid to, like, enemy sprites, you could have used that for Gravity Man to stand on. Like, there are a couple Super Mario Brothers engines that have that. My first impression with this level wasn't all that great. 2 minutes in and I locked myself out of the first token by having the red switch activated, forcing me to restart to get it. Thankfully it's very close to the beginning of the stage, it was still a bit of a sour opening for sure. While the rest of the level doesn't pull anything else like that, it's still not what I'd call interesting either. The vast majority of it just feels so empty. The custom enemies and the mini-boss certainly have some potential, but they're placed in such simplistic ways that it's hard to appreciate them for very long. You can outright ignore most of the red rammers and 2 instances of the homing Yashichis, not to mention mini-boss often goes down way too fast. Out of everything in this level, I'd say the most interesting part is the room with the third token. The design of this room carries a decent thread falling into the pit below, which is way more engaging than anything else found in this stage. I include Gravity Man's fight in that statement as well, since while I at least appreciate the thought of wanting to spice up his fight a bit, the switch blocks don't really add much to it. Classic arcade hits! It's a somewhat disappointing stage, probably due to the name proposing a large expectation. The details of the reskins are pretty good for the most part, showing some clear references to other classic games while also adapting to the style of Mega Man enemies. The stage itself, though, is just generic blue machineries all around. Creating this monochromatic and dull atmosphere. I think that combined with the somewhat mundane music chosen and the overall small enemy density, wound up making the stage as a whole feel very barren and unexciting to play. Yet there weren't any glaring flaws to the level design. Kind of a bad move for locking out the first token if you had the wrong color switch toggled. Outside of that, the stage does demonstrate some decent uses of the block switch gimmick combining the moving platforms. The laser mini-boss is somewhat made easier because his whole body is now vulnerable, possibly due to sprite change, while normally its weak spot is a tiny portion in the middle. The extra blocks of the Gravity Man fight, I think they're supposed to make it more challenging, except it made him more prone to getting stuck in certain spots, neglecting the possible threat of him running into you to deal contact damage entirely. Yeah, I think you were up when I said this, but, Certain Super Mario Bros. Engines have blocks that are permeable to Mario, but solid for enemy sprites. I think those could have been used here, if they exist in the engine. Whoops. I expected to see Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Space Invaders, Gauntlet, even Zaxxon. And if not the most retro classics, then the eclectic smattering of Sunset Riders, DDR, and whatever else might somehow translate into aesthetics or gameplay for a Mega Man level. As best I can tell, this reference is Ghosts and Goblins, Vulgus, 1942, or something similar, and
Vulgus?
arcade game.
Is that what Blaster Master was called elsewhere?
Whatever arcade game has Gravity Man in it. And the music is from Blaster Master. NES Archives may have been more appropriate. I don't have to recognize every reference, but I should have no doubt that everything is working together to tell a story. The story I get is there's not nearly enough arcade in these archives. The tile set, which is a smooth blend of unassuming dev kit tiles and needed fade to black pit indicators, does a little disservice by having nothing to do with arcades or arcade games. These moving platforms could have looked like the paddle from Arkanoid. These and other missed opportunities make the theming feel flimsy. Unplugged from the arcade connection, this level is pretty successful. Every enemy and gimmick introduction is handled with care, and there are well-defined, if not ideally arranged, challenge arcs that explore the potential of certain assets. Switch block shenanigans are pitched at the right difficulty. Shield counter-attackers, which I hope is their name, bring excitement to a tired enemy concept. And the vertical climb with respawning enemy interference is solid. I see a bit too much empty space, and I'm not totally sold on the token challenges. The mini-boss is barely threatening if you stay on the ground. Object placement in the moving platform and switch block area allows for a gap-related sliding glitch. Any power-ups at all would be nice. The level displays some good game design instincts, the need for a little more playtesting, and just enough creativity to leave me wanting so much more. Keeps happening. This is a very basic stage. At times it feels like it's going through the motions and just kind of ends on a whimper. It pretty much sums up the stage that ends rather quickly, with the switch blocks present throughout the stage never really doing anything of note. It feels like an alpha build of the stage rather than a finished one. Graphically, it's also very basic, and the tile set is immensely generic. I'm not sure what on earth this stage's setting is supposed to be. Samey looking backgrounds mean the entire stage lacks identity or charm, outside of new enemies. And frankly, the music is as equally repetitive as the stage graphics. And I do like the new enemies and the few reskinned ones. They're cute. Robo Red Remember sprite is adorable, and the 1942 inspired plane mid-boss is a good old goofy Mega Man. The Yashichi enemy is also rather fun, even if it is woefully underutilized. I've been intentionally not mentioning dev kit bosses in stages unless they either enhance or detract from a level, since they're usually fairly filler. In this case, I'm disappointed I fought Gravity Man there than anything that really suited the stage's enemy set. He feels like a placeholder boss, and the switch blocks add nothing to the encounter.
It makes it slightly different than the usual Gravity Man.
I feel home. It's such a nice feeling. A forest where beasts lie, where every inch is someone's territory, where you may be attacked at any moment. Truly, is there anything more peaceful?
Hazard.
You're a weirdo, Hunter Woman.
Hazard Hydro. Okay then.
Was that a late penalty? This feels like the opening part of Shadow Man's stage a little bit.
Good. Ow.
The waterfall animations are a little wonky.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
They look like they go in reverse suddenly for a second there sometimes.
Oh. Kind of the same for the pallet cycling on the water.
Yeah, the water is being weird too. Can't tell if that's the engine or the custom
I
like
think it's
sprites.
Parsec.
Yo, because it's happening on my end too. And so, yeah, the sprites are being weird. Oh, that pushes you down. Okay.
It's these guys from Pumpman stage.
Wah, bah, 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 bah. Hoigo, hoigo, aiga.
Eek! From another! Ah! Keeps happening. No, laptop, wake up.
Ah!
No, no!
Darn it! No!
You know what? I'm just gonna let it kill me.
Jeez, screen transitions could be really wonky until up.
Yeah.
I got a scooter.
What up? That didn't work.
Oh, we get it from above. Well, I guess we're getting it from above. Ah! Little tiny lag just had to push me down there, jeez. Oh, something's up there.
I see. What?
Well, I wouldn't have... You just...
The W stands for what? Ooh, I never think those guys actually have collision until they're assembled, but they do.
They're giant time waster enemies is what they are.
Can you kill them with laser trident while they're assembling? Yes.
Okay.
Ha!
Don't know where the token's at, but...
It is a mystery.
Fish. Slushy. Shrimp. Oh, ow, yeah. Stop.
Whoops! Well, TV shows is exploding a lot in this game.
You sure have a lot of health in these things. There we go. You usually die pretty fast in Mega Man 2, at least.
Oh, it's the guy who was in the inverted world!
What?
That exact fish ninny boss talks to Nil in the first inverted world dungeon of Battle of the Bloodline. He says, "Well, like welcome to Bobby's new world, the inverted world," or something. I forget. It's been a while. Battle of the Bloodline is weird, by the way.
Ah! Tight jump.
Ooh, maybe I should have respawned. Alright, how far back does that put us? Magnets! Man.
Must outrun the scripts.
Hey, Eddie. Okay.
I don't know who needed that, Eddie, but...
We're outside!
Ah!
Ooh! That almost knocked me in the water. Ow. Oh, I'm dead.
Ow. Ow! Hey! Oh! Very annoying enemy placement.
Okay, at least we're here.
Super annoying enemy placement, man.
Let's just Spark Chaser into oblivion. It didn't work.
Ugh. Two. Oh, the frickin' egg shots block these two. Oh, I hate this. These enemy placements are awful in this section. If you could kill, like, the rocket eggs, that'd be nice, but they don't seem like you can kill them.
What a tornado blow works.
It does.
Yep. Yeah, you don't get very many tornadoes.
Oh, I hate these enemy placements.
Run! What the heck? Wasn't the Nutton and Bolton spam?
I don't know. Ow. Ow. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Let's go down?
Okay.
There it is. Maybe. Oh no.
And I die from... That looks... Oh no!
We gotta do it again.
Oh, this is awful.
Alright, well, we're using Magnet Beam. Whoops.
Mishka, what are you doing? Ow. This is generally an unpleasant time. Luna, what are you doing?
I'm only having problems because it's lagging the heck out.
Dakota, what are you doing?
Whoop! And now they're dropping them right on our heads. I don't think they're supposed to. Get out of here. Plushy! Woo! Alright. Yeah.
Magnet beam is... You just have to shoot a long one there, yeah. Oh, this is
I panicked.
This is... Oh...
I'm running out of laser trident.
I am done with your shit. Like, look, I'll challenge myself to some extent, but then I will get around the nonsense if you're gonna get crazy with it. It lags too much in this area that I just die.
It seems like... Could Rush Jet squeeze through any of that?
I don't know. I'm getting tired of
Anyway,
this section
time for
again.
my Rush Jet. Go.
Hi, Rush.
Hi, Rush.
Why are Rush? What are you doing here, buddy? Rush? I didn't even call you. What did you show up for? Cupper just wanted attention, I guess.
I guess. Typical doggo.
Oh, lag got me.
And okay. I wasn't sure if that slide at that height was possible. Well, at least we can take the upper path this time.
Oh, I hate this. Where's the checkpoint? I don't have enough rush jet. Now we have to go suffer through this.
Whoops.
I can't even take the upper path without rush jet.
Not this upper path.
I know that. I'm talking about this upper path. I just mean I can't do it because the rockets get launched immediately. Hold on. What is this? Bad girl. Do not do that. Bad girl. Just completely tore open one of my pillows. It was one of the old pillows for Lakota to lay on, but there's fluff all over my bedroom right now.
Bad puppy.
Do not want her getting in a habit of chewing that kind of stuff. It could wreck a whole bunch of things here. Is this stage gonna end ever? Please.
E-tank.
Yeah, this is... Why did you give it so much more frickin' health? Jeez, the shrimp and everything just take forever to kill now. They had much less health in their base game for a reason. Oh, well, I could... Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Splash on with ceiling spikes, okay. Ow.
Lakota, please. Lakota, no. Lakota, okay. Give me a second. If you need out, don't just frickin' come over and knock the controller out of my hands. You need out? What's going on? You need outside. Come on, let's go. You need to come over and knock the controller. Jeez, dog.
Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, go. And I died right away. Yay!
That sure was a thing. Magic Man. A
Duplicate.
Cutman.
Cutman. Did we already have Cutman? Yeah, 5% time penalty. Pretty low in the fun department. You know, I'm kind of amazed it took till Magnum 3 to show up for a bona fide sewer level to show up in the mainline contest entries. Anyway, Hazard Hydro is definitely a sewer level. It has water, water currents, spiders, fish, shrimp, an obscene amount of nuts and bolts, Splash Woman, and apparently a swarm of birds at the nearby dam. The water currents, by which I mean the magnets, make a halfway decent twist. The hiker ends fusing with their pipes right from the start was a switch from the norm. and the design fits a respectable difficulty curve even if the checkpoints are sorely lacking. There are also several sections where you aren't underwater at all, being more standard combat and platforming. I can see the benefits to breaks from the water physics, but these are also the most boring parts of the level, especially at the beginning. Otherwise, this is a decent water level overall, albeit a bit long. Unfortunately, that's also its biggest weakness. This clearly went to the Capcom School of Level Design and majored in wetness because it's a completely by-the-books water level. Spike-stuffed waterways are a dime a dozen in Mega Man, and this is no different. About the only memorable aspect is the one time I slid through a wall and soft-locked in the ceiling, and also the general lack of checkpoints. Otherwise, this was just a plain old water level. Decently designed, but not interesting. Can't say I'm a fan. I left the stage feeling a little annoyed, to be honest. Up until a certain point, this was a relatively inoffensive stage. Nothing in here stood out too much, and it was neither amazing or bad, save for a few segments toward the end, of course. Getting a little ahead of myself. Starting off, the stage is pretty simple, with some nice aesthetics to boot. Even when it goes into the underwater segments, there's enough detail in the background to help keep things from looking too plain. In terms of the actual platforming, this also starts off simple enough, with water currents and a few magnet machines near the midway point. Maybe due to the tile set that was used, it makes me think of an alternate take on Pump Man's level. Either way, the platforming is all mostly reasonable and well put together. Up until the last third of the stage. Once you reach the outdoor segment, the difficulty spikes up pretty dramatically. While the outdoor segment isn't the worst thing ever, the surprise Bolton and Nuttons can lead to more than a few cheap deaths by knocking you into the water at the last second. And then there's the underwater segments, which went from passable to everything I didn't want to see when it comes to these types of stages. Extremely tight jumps with spikes and pits everywhere, along with a current that pushes and pulls you. It's way too stressful and easy to die in these sections, thanks to the overly precise movement required. The token room is the absolute worst, though to the point where I honestly would suggest just scrapping it and redoing the room entirely. Overall, you had a pretty decent stage up until that point, but things got way too brutal, way too fast for this final few segments leading up to Splash Woman. Warning! Hydro hazards! Can't quite say I quite enjoyed playing through this one. While there aren't that many glaring design flaws in this, a few factors kept it from being a fun stage to play for me. A lot of the enemies chosen here require too specific of strategies to deal with them, e.g. the hopping cannon dudes hopping up to you if you shoot at the wrong time, the spiders that can easily overwhelm you if you don't dispatch them quickly, the egg rockets from the PP suddenly sometimes launching above the ground level if you don't hold still for a bit.
It's Pippus. Oh no. What do you like doing it here?
It gets too punishing should you screw up on any part. The long stretch with the swallow egg... Thank you. The long stretch with the swallow egg rockets and the nuts and bolts in the way. Where do I start? There's so much blue on screen causing the enemies to blend in, and the distracting background elements make it very hard to focus on the most hazardous threat at any moment. Heavy platforms give you very little room to dodge the eggs as you get pinned down by devious nut and bolt placements. The top half is impossible to hold onto because of the swallow eggs getting in the way of platforming. And for some bizarre reason, Laser Trident doesn't destroy the egg as it hits the swallow egg, despite the level encouraging the use of the weapon due to the amount of nuts and bolt enemies. The token room just after this stretch is completely unreasonable, with a low spike ceiling and the magnets pulling you all around as you struggle to adjust yourself to hop across one-tile platforms. There's also the evil placement of the middle bunch of magnets immediately pulling you off the platform as you scroll the screen slightly. I was fully expecting Toxic Seahorse being the boss, but it was just Splash Woman bundled with ceiling spikes. What a deal! I don't get motion sick too easily, so it's notable that this level leaves me feeling queasy. Their background informations, which are everywhere, are way too fast, and those animations are probably why the level takes an eternity to load. In fact, most of my problems with this level are due to the graphics. Because the arrow indicators are fairly subtle, it's not clear at a quick glance which direction the magnets will send you. Bottomless pits look identical to screen transitions. A little more color contrast would go a long way. The opening strats looks a bit thinner. Backgrounds and foregrounds are a smidge too similar, and enemies and projectiles sometimes blend into the background. I suspect the dam area was painted by happyists. All this is a shame because I love the pristine tile work, comfortably elaborate architecture, quality music choice, and focused enemy and gimmick selection to make this level feel like a classic series reimagining of Toxic Seahorse. I also like the gameplay. Setting aside some issues with slow challenge progression and checkpoints missing where they're needed most, the challenge concepts and difficulty arcs are respectable. Power-ups are plentiful without being handouts. Rushing water is consistently used well. The spikes in the boss chamber are a simple but effective twist, and I'm pleased to see that oddly skippable mini-bosses have switched to fresher shrimp. Tokens, though. A tricky W tank should really be a token, and the underwater token in the alternate path needs more playtesting. The only reliable strategy seems to be leaping forward on Rush Bike and hoping for the best.
Or what I did, you did.
Still, any design qualms I have are relatively minor. Fix the problem stemming from the graphics and you got a solid level. For the most part, this level is inoffensive. It's your bog standard and thoroughly unoriginal Mega Man water stage. Looks nice, it's fairly atmospheric, but sticks to the basics. Might as well be called knockoff Pump Man stage. What changes it makes are usually result in something less interesting than the Mega Man 10 original. Because the stage felt all too familiar, what with the water current generators being introduced so late, most of the level is spent fighting fairly basic enemies. That the stage shares so many foes with Pump Man certainly doesn't help matters. Honestly, there's very few talking points. But there are some. The side path being absurdly difficult for little reward is some. Seriously, what is up with that hidden W tank room? And then there's the sheer number of Bolton and Nuttons. There's a reason this enemy was fairly infrequent in Top Man stage. It's just not fun to fight. You spend so much time waiting on an overly long animation to play out. The outdoor segment that combines with the Chill Man bird bombers is particularly nasty. Alas, this checkpoint probably contains the biggest misstep in your stage, the singular trickster
The whole
token.
room is covered in fluff and stuff.
Not only is it the hardest segment of the stage, cramped with legitimately hard-to-parse water currents making platforming between death spikes haphazard at best, serious lack of graphical indication for just how far the currents go make this a guessing game. The fact that it's so far away from the last checkpoint single-handedly sideswipes a lot of the goodwill you might have gained otherwise. It's utterly miserable. Again, everything else is inoffensive and predictable. It's a shame that levels that nail the aesthetics are let down elsewhere. Alright, it's 11:52. I'm rooting for Hunter Woman, okay? I'm rooting for you to lose the Hunter Woman. Skull Sans Megatail 4.
That's a 25% penalty too, so that's... Well, we ending for now, or are we going for Sans? Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of tokens.
Buster Rock G. Yeah, street making me go nuts. Just think about how it goes. I'm gonna climb up to the top.
Alrighty, well, I guess that'll be it.
Stuff. Yep. Tomorrow night, Trails of Creation.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully. I give it like a 1% chance.
I hope we finally get to play again. It's been forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back.
And yeah, if not, Dave the Diver.
I'll be back at some point with or more of this, and when I feel back in the Tales of
I will not be able to stream Thursday, so feel free to do that then.
You see all the fluff.
Friday is unlikely to.
All the fluff all over the house. That's from Luna pulling it out of the bedding, and then in my room,
please.
She's like, my whole room. There is like, you can see part of it there. Look at all that fluff from a pillow she pulled apart.
Poppy, please.
I do not know why she is suddenly doing that. What do you want? Come on. You want to help me close the stream? Come on. She come up?
Luna! Hi!
Oh, hi.
Hi, Luna.
There, can you be a good girl now?
Bad puppy.
Are you just jealous because I'm not paying attention to you for like 10 seconds of the day, 10% of the day, huh? You doofus. Such a needy rescue husky. Get Coots, get Coots. Hi, Coots. Ah, got my hand.
Hey, Coots.
What? Alright, well, like I said, I'll be back at some point, maybe Thursday, maybe Saturday, or whatever. We'll see. But hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Stay well, be well. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, and stuff. Whoa, dog spaz.
Luna puppy.